think we're good.
All right, who wants to recap?
Did no one make notes this time? Okay, so like I can do the recap if you don't want to do it, Andy. Seems like you're kind of
As I was gonna say, I took vague notes last session, but I didn't do what I usually do, which is go over the recording and take some more detailed notes.
Okay, so what essentially happened last session was we went to Nathan. He told us to get proof. We went back. We found the big rock. We removed the big rock. There was a hole under the big rock. We went in the hole. We found a lot of corpses. We found a prophecy. We think Phoenix is the subject of the prophecy, and that what you released was a bad juju vine man. And now that we have the evidence, we were taking it back. I believe we got back by the end of the last session.
We got back. We brought the prophecy to Nathan. Nathan said they were going to send people to look into it. Phoenix, in the meantime, said we should do some research. Other people were considering taking a mission. And that was kind of where we left off.
I don't remember if we decided on a mission or not.
No, I think we took a mission at the end, right?
We didn't take a mission. We out of character discussed a mission that we were going to take. But in character, Phoenix doesn't want to take a mission.
Actually, along those lines, Gwilrick did say that he was going to take Phoenix to get a drink, and I would actually like to roleplay a conversation in that context.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like y'all said, you guys were discussing what you want to be doing, and out of character, you're like, most likely you guys are going to take the Rift mission.
So sorry if you hear scratching in the background. That is my cat in his litter box.
Oh.
He has an enclosed one, and he likes to go like this against the side of it, because he's a weirdo!
But, yeah, so you guys just came back from your jungle mission. You guys are tired and exhausted because you traveled pretty late to come back to report what you found to Nathan with the prophecy and everything. And like Wilwork said, he was going to take Andy out for a drink. I don't know what the rest of you guys are interested in doing, but we can pick up there.
Wait, are we still, are we in the Convergence?
Yeah, you guys are on the Convergence. You're in the Adventurers Guild. Yeah.
All right, Caius will stand by the bounty board, kind of crossing his arms, just waiting for everybody.
I think it's in the middle of the night, and we were going out for a drink.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Hey, you know,
yes.
It's...
Well, then I guess I'll go get some rest.
There've got to be taverns that are still open.
Oh, absolutely, there are.
This is the New York of Fantasy World.
You take like the top 10 cities on Earth and put them in one place. That's what the Convergence is.
So yeah, whatever tavern Phoenix and I end up going to, I'm going to get us either a corner table or, if they have one, a booth, somewhere just where we can have a conversation.
For sure. Where are you going? Just any tavern, or are you going to one? Is there a specific one you had in mind?
The one we were drinking at before, if it has that kind of, first of all, if it's open, and second, if it has that kind of quiet space that we can have a chat.
Let's see here. I don't remember the name of where you guys went, but for now, we'll say yes, you're able to go back to it.
So.
Phoenix is gonna order the equivalent of just like whiskey.
I order a pitcher of wine.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Phoenix is actually not a whiskey guy. He's not fancy enough for that shit. He's gonna go for ale.
Also, I would think that Phoenix would probably want to go for lower alcohol per volume drinks, given the. But yeah, so I order a pitcher of wine and just so I'm sitting there with Phoenix as we're drinking it. I start by saying, "So, how you feeling?"
Not drunk enough, he says as he drinks his ale.
Well, let me be more specific. How does it feel to apparently be a chosen one of prophecy?
Oh, I'm too sober for this conversation. The poor man's poison is not working yet. Are we really sure it's me? That could fit anyone, really.
Oh, things have a funny way of playing out. But suppose you are this one that these prophecies are referring to. How do you feel?
Like I just set a mini apocalypse upon our Earth and might kill a whole bunch of people that are innocent and will suffer for my own actions.
I mean, that prophecy seems to claim that you or whoever it is should be able to defeat that thing. So it won't be a full-blown apocalypse.
Doesn't mean I don't feel responsible.
Well, at least your prophecy has a at least your prophecy has a potential good end in sight, more than likely.
Oh, you also have a prophecy?
Yes, I do. You and I are in the same boat, or at least the same flotilla. I found out when I went back to visit my people during during our probation period that apparently my ancestor spirit that I've been calling upon in battle, turns out he's a hero among my people, a mythic sort of hero. His name is even a closely guarded secret among the elders. And there's a lot about his story that some of it seems, I'm not sure how much of it is accurate, but given some of the things I've seen, there's a fair chance it is largely accurate. Not to mention that apparently there's a prophecy that a descendant of his will have power to make a great change to the world as we know it.
I mean, that sounds fairly positive to me.
Great changes can mean many things. I mean, the Shattering was a great change.
I suppose all great changes have negatives and positives. In that case, you get to focus on whichever one is more important to you.
Yeah. But ever since I learned this news, because it's more than, there's a fair chance that it's me that this prophecy is referring to, because not only is it significant that the first ancestor who's contacted me is this hero himself, but apparently among the Bone Dreamers, most of them have to go through significant effort to even achieve contacting one. And not only that, but my ancestor has referred to others among my ancestors who wish to make contact with me to bolster my powers. And most Bone Dreamers have to work exceptionally hard to get more than one ancestor spirit on their side.
And thus, you are working exceptionally hard.
I've just been spending the past few weeks really mulling over the fact that for decades and decades, I was so impatient to commune with one of my ancestors. And when I finally did, everything turned on its head. And I kind of feel like the butt of some great cosmic joke that I have no idea what the body of the joke is, let alone what the punchline will be.
I think that's just life in general.
Well, yes, but this particular revelation that we just found about a prophecy that may or may not pertain to you just feels like a line somewhere in the middle has been revealed.
Oh, don't remind me.
Hey, I've been living with mine for well over a month at this point.
His ale is empty already. As you were talking, he's just been drinking it.
I've gone through at least 2 cups of my pitcher. Point is,
hate prophecies.
I would like to fall back on the notion of, oh, they're vague, oh, they can apply to anyone, but again, the things I've encountered, the responses I've gotten from not only my ancestor, but my elders, with certain questions. Granted, most of those responses have been, you're not ready to know that yet. But there's just something about the undertone when they say that implies, oh, great. It's not simply them being like, oh, you're young, you're not ready for this. It's just like, this knowledge is potentially dangerous and may hinder you more than help you right now. So, yeah. The ancestors work through a lot of things we encounter in life, whether they be my ancestors or yours. And I can't help but feel like they have a bit of a dark sense of humor.
A couple of shots over here.
Hey, as you call that out, one of the servers just nods, scurries over to the bar, gets I don't know, 4 shots of some really strong drink, a little bit bigger shots for Wilrick, and then come bring them over.
Well, have you done shots before?
I've not, but mainly because it's really hard to hold the glasses in these hands.
All right. I'm going to tell you right now, we are going to get wasted tonight.
That will be an interesting change. That's not something I've encountered. That's not something I've experienced very often.
To prophecies. I just downed a bunch of shots in a row.
Give me a con save, Andy.
To the cosmic joke.
What'd you roll here? Let me look.
And I will also roll a con save.
19. All right, Andy. Our Phoenix, it's a strong drink for you, but you're able to, you pre-game some, so it's not too big of a shock to you. Gulrick, yeah, same for you. You have some wine in you, and you're pretty hardy, so it doesn't affect you that much. Still burns for both of you, but...
Yep. That's the medicine of life, right there.
I feel like I'm back underneath black snow.
Minus the smell.
Minus the smell, so that's definitely a plus.
No, just the smell of stale cigarettes instead.
What's that?
Cigarettes still exist in a fantasy world, right?
Generally, yes.
He lived on an island by himself for until less than a year ago.
And again, Luxodon hands are ginormous. You think they smoke cigarettes?
No, they smoke cigars.
I was thinking pipes, or not
yeah,
pipes.
They're definitely pipe smokers.
It's another poor man's poison.
Great band.
I didn't know there was a band of the name, but honestly, I love that saying.
Poison?
So-
Yeah.
There's a band called Poison, yeah. I
No,
guess
no, there's a
Poor
band
Man-
called Poor Man's Poison.
Huh.
They do a lot of like labor songs and like 20s era songs.
Glaric, can I be honest with you about something?
Do you have to ask for a
Oh, I don't know anymore. So, you know that I'm a druid of sorts.
Really? I hadn't guessed.
I'm not exactly. Well, you see, I'm more of a failed druid. Back when I was with my tribe, when I was young, I could never pick it up. I've never been able to do it quite well. Oh, random echoing.
Oh, my bad. Let me just.
Well, patience is not always a virtue of mine, and druids have this way of speaking. I'm sure you know, this air of wisdom to them that you kind of sit there feeling like an idiot the whole time they're speaking. I don't do that very well, and if you haven't noticed, I'm really not good at protecting the natural order at all. I know that's mostly the Circle of Signs that really focus on that, but I'm not good at this stuff. I'm trying. My mentor, well, she was interesting. She herself was not a very traditional druid, but she was definitely wise. And how could a prophecy be about a failed druid?
That's the thing about prophecies. They can be just about just about anyone. And here's where how I see things. First of all, there are some druids among my folk. When your training involves not only having to listen to the grand wisdom of your elders, but also listen to them while they're beating you with a freaking staff and you're trying to learn to fight, it makes the grand wisdom not so aggravating to deal with. Second, I don't think you're a failed druid. Sure, maybe you got frustrated with some of the things they taught you, but clearly some of it sunk in because, let's see now, you can summon Pyro, you've been able to cast some very interesting nature-based spells, you've had the respect of most of the druids we've encountered, if not all of them, and in terms of preserving the natural order, I mean, as far as I can tell, I'm not in tune with nature. My realm of training has more to do with spirits and the dead. But as far as I can tell, the natural order has a tendency to tend to itself to an extent. Granted, I imagine that's been made a lot harder ever since the Shattering, but still. And as for failed, a failed druid couldn't possibly be the center of a prophecy. My ancestor, that mythic hero, he was an outcast among my people originally. So it doesn't matter what you've accomplished or not accomplished, or what you are or aren't. if you're capable of something, you're capable of it.
Oh, I just wish I studied a lot more as a youth before the whole, fire destroyed everything.
How old are you again?
Me?
Yes.
23.
You've still got. You're still very young. Don't think you're done with studies if you really want to keep going at it.
Yes, but mentors are hard to come by for druids.
Well, you found a couple already, and you can probably find some more given that you're with the greenhouse now.
Yes, and that depends on if they still support me after, letting out a mini apocalypse. Something tells me that
well,
disturbs things a little bit.
Like I said, I said earlier, that feels like that was going to happen one way or another. I don't think we could help that. And besides, even if they all start to spurn you or what have you as a result of it, you can take what you've learned in the past and what you'll continue to learn as you progress, and perhaps even start your own circle.
Ha ha! Ha ha! A leader I am not.
Who said you have to be a leader? As far as I understand, druids aren't necessarily leaders.
No, but there is a hierarchy still. Elders, as you say.
Yeah, well, eventually you are going to be elder, and perhaps there are going to be other failed druids. You could start the circle of failures.
Just head down on the table, like, by the time you look back after your gesture, he's just...
I look, and then I start patting you on the shoulder a little too hard with my trunk as I say, "It's a joke, damn it."
So motivating.
Hey, at least you haven't found... I've been vague about it, but you know what? Fuck it. Some of the things I've found out have led to disturbing notions in my mind that I sadly have not gotten confirmation of, because again, I'm not ready for it, but between the stories and certain things I've found, it would seem that my ancestor, Nagolmol, may or may not have been subject to arcane experimentation.
Willingly?
Not only... I don't know. It sounds like from the tales that he was greatly transformed between the time that he was outcast and the time that he came back to save my people. Not only that, but his father was not of my people. Then again, during his time, my people weren't exactly as they are now. The details are fuzzy on that part, but there's a lot I'm still trying to figure out, and perhaps when my mind is a bit more conditioned by the experiences I go through, Nagolmol and or my elders will deem me ready to learn the truth of the matter.
Big deal. People do arcane experimentation all the time. I do it all the time. What do you think my potions are?
Your potions are, compared to the implications of this arcane experimentation, potential arcane experimentation, your potions are no less innocuous than, no less innocuous than pouring a few drinks here in this bar. My ancestor may not have been the only subject of these experiments, and I don't know what else was born of them.
I don't understand these customs. Some circles have the same idea of marrying an outsider, having a child with them. Suddenly it's taboo and forbidden and horrid. My tribe didn't care. If you fell in love with someone, you fell in love with someone.
I think it goes a bit beyond that on account of, when I say outsider, I don't mean that his father was simply from outside a particular tribe. He was from outside the facet before the convergence made contact with my home facet. Well before.
Just by the way, Gork, every now and then when you mention, like, your sass about you're not ready yet, you just hear a chuckle in your head.
Shut up, Nagomol, I know it.
Can't say that sounds fun, having another one living with you. Another soul.
It could be worse. I could have multiple foreign ghosts living in my head. I don't envy Dusty one bit. At least mine are family.
Yes, I do believe Dusty has reason to act the way he does sometimes. What with everything going on up there.
Oh, I think the main everything going on up there. Well, of course he's able to have spirits in his head. There's so much space.
Just almost spits out his drink.
Hey, you said I had to be easier on him directly. I'm still gonna snark about him behind his back.
If I were more sober, would have some kind of wisdom to say about that, and it would sound great.
Oh, but you're a failed druid. You don't possess wisdom, and we know it.
Not enough for you today. Not enough for you today. Some more shots.
More shots, and somehow magically more shots appear in front of you all.
Did
I
Matt
don't know
go
where they came from.
Did he go robot-y for anyone else?
Yeah, but I was able to understand it well enough.
Okay.
Sorry, I was saying shots magically appear in front of you all. You don't know where they came from.
I'm just making sure we're recording.
And then I don't know where they went. And then I just say, listen, for what it's worth, Phoenix, I'm not in, like I said, maybe I'm not in exactly the same boat as you, but we're at least our boats are at least within spitting distance of each other, so take consolation in that. And if the universe continues to play its cosmic joke on us, we're gonna find out that at least one more of our companions has a special deal about their destiny too.
Dusty's...
Like I said, it could simply be about a prophecy of a great hat that will fan out the flames. I don't know.
Just watch.
Did DM write that down?
Dusty's gonna be a descendant of the Pentacost himself next thing we know.
Writes that down.
Go spirit save us all if that's the case.
No, worse yet, Dusty has a twin.
I would at least hope his twin is competent.
Maybe that's where the brains went. All jokes aside, Dusty's been very useful in research, and that is something I plan on doing a lot of. Because I'm not good at it. And I need to know things.
Hey, that right there, that's wisdom. Being able to identify your own shortcomings and not be simply self-deprecating about it. Not beating yourself up about it. You are simply recognizing something you're not good at and need help on. That's wisdom right there.
I have a lot of shortcomings. At some point, you just have to accept them.
Well, of course you have a lot of shortcomings. You're one of the smaller folk.
Isn't that racist?
Maybe it is. I thought I was just making a fun little pun there, but now I just feel bad.
Yes, definitely should do that. No, you shouldn't. I was joking.
I'm too sloshed to be able to tell how I should be feeling at this point.
That is the point of getting sloshed. Right there.
I know. Hold on. I usually can't feel it when I do that anyway, so I have no idea. I've just seen some of the smaller folk do it.
Wait, why wouldn't you feel it?
Have you noticed how I go into battle without any armor and how many blades and arrows bounce off of me?
You know, can you imagine how much better it would be with armor?
It would depend on the armor. I'm not against it. It's just not something I have to consider.
Don't go with metal. Everyone goes with metal. Metal is not natural.
Of course metal's natural. It comes out of the ground.
But the amount of processing it takes, it's whatever. I use wood and leathers for a reason.
Yeah, cool. Wood and leathers are all well and good, but wood and leather make for terrible glaive blades.
That's very fair. Like I said, some of the druid stuff doesn't make sense to me. I just repeat it. Half my wisdom is me just bullshitting my way through it, hoping it sounds alright.
I've heard it said that's half of being an adult. And frankly, I find that really stupid.
A lot of things are stupid.
But like I said, you can just you don't have to take what you're taught as facts of life. Just take them as well-intentioned advice. You know? I mean, we bone dreamers. We have teachings. We have general ideas of how we should behave and what our responsibilities are. But at the end of the day, we're not exactly beholden. We simply have a special connection with our ancestors that our people greatly benefit from. So,
I just wish I had a tribe that I could go to and get advice about all this. But mine is a bunch of ashes in the void floating around. I've probably breathed some of them in eventually.
well, if, hold on, there's something I gotta look up here.
I was about to say we need to start wrapping up this
Yeah,
conversation.
well, I just say, I'll just quickly say, well, tell you what, if we ever are on my home facet, Meridicap, I'll introduce you to one or two of the local druids, and they can impart some of their wisdom on you.
Yep. In the meantime, before we're too drunk, we should go back.
Okay, I may need to have you guide where I walk because you thought I was big and cumbersome before.
I will leave you here to sleep.
Oh no, I'm not sleeping here. Come on.
Fine. They'll lumber their way back to the
Wherever you guys stay at.
Yep.
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 Good deal. So, what about you, other three? What are y'all doing during this heartfelt conversation these two are having?
Like, I assumed that was happening, like, last night, like, before.
Yeah. Well, like, was anyone doing anything during the night, or did everyone else just go to bed?
I guess I would actually probably go out to the Myron Guard where I left that report and like tell them of the proof that we found too. But I'd probably just go to sleep right after that.
I'd probably take. Oh, is something happening with sleep?
No, you're good. You're good.
I would probably take that also evidence to the blue house as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like a copy of the journal at
Excellent.
least.
Okay. Yeah. You turned it in. They thank you for it. They'll process it and stuff. They said.
Yep.
Mm. Yeah, something similar for Charles, like going to the Black House and saying, okay, there is something that may happen on this island. We need to keep watch on it. That the
Right.
guild will send further groups and make sure we have someone here to investigate what's going on.
Good. Yep. You all make your reports. Your respective houses are, or guild from the Marion Guild. They all seem pretty interested in what you're telling them, and seem very thankful for the information. Just similar to what Nathan said, they're like, "Cool, we're gonna go confirm what you claim, yada yada, blah blah blah, stuff like that." So.
I feel like we should have waited until Nathan told us whether or not to keep this under wraps.
In the morning, Nathan all comes to you. I'm not kidding. No, morning comes. I'm sure Andy has a bit of a hangover, or I guess specifically Phoenix does. But everyone else seems pretty good. It's morning, 10 months till some type of doom happens, and you're all ready to go do something else.
Phoenix does not know that we're apparently going to do something else, and he's like going to knock on Dusty's door, like.
Okay. Okay, I opened the dorm door. Yeah?
Are we going to do research today? He says, slightly rubbing at his temple.
Not when you're that hungover.
Ah, not so loud.
See?
That's fine. It'll burn off quickly. I have a very, very high metabolism.
Okay. So I thought we were doing a job today.
For what?
I thought we were doing a job today.
A job?
Well, yeah. That's what I thought we discussed last time. Did we miss that? Did you forget?
We didn't discuss that in character.
Oh, okay. Well, I assumed we were going to do a job today because, we did all we could for now and gotta give it a chance to rest.
A chance to rest. Okay, we'll get together with the group and see what everyone's thinking, but I think we should be researching the impending doom thing,
Well, yeah, but there's multiple impending dooms, so we might want to help out with another one in the meantime.
No, we'll discuss this as a group, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I assume we can all get together as a group.
You all would meet
Yeah.
up in your usual meeting place. What do you
It's
all
like-
do?
So,
Dusty was saying we're thinking of getting a job. Are we sure that's a good idea? We should be using this time to research and get more insight on what we're dealing with, shouldn't we?
Well, here's something that occurs to me is that the guild is going to do their investigation of those ruins, and I get the feeling they're going to come to some of the conclusions we did. I don't doubt that they're going to see this as a serious potential threat and that we are tied to it. So when that happens, they may give us access to research materials that are not readily available to most.
Which is wise.
In the meantime, and even if they don't, in the meantime, it might behoove us to take another job, as it could increase our standing in the guild, and it would be more field experience for us, and a chance to vent some aggressions as a result of the last one.
I don't have any pent-up aggression, but...
Oh, I wasn't referring to you.
Okay. Turns to the rest of you. Right. You guys use weapons all the time.
well, yeah, don't you use Well, I guess fire can be a weapon. It's more of a tool. Huh. Do you have a quarterstaff? I can't remember.
Nope.
Like, are you just barehanded all the time?
Crossbow,
Fenix actually has a rapier.
rapier.
Wait.
No, you have the staff that you used to summon your rat friend.
Oh yeah, the goat staff.
Okay. I mean, if you don't like it's made of animals, don't you have a skull on your staff?
Oh yes, this my goat staff of negative damage and negative to attack because it's not good. This is more of a tool for Fiametta for me. But I suppose I could use it in combat. And he kind of like gives like a weak, like little like with it. You get the feeling he's not very good at melee combat.
Gotcha.
Can druids use a rapier? I just realized.
I do not think so. No.
Well,
do I have
they
to-
can use metal weapons, but
I know
it
the trait.
depends on what you're proficient in, and you could have that proficiency from something other than your class.
They are proficient in scimitars, though, weirdly enough.
Yeah, I'm not even proficient with this. Why do I have this? How did I get this? Can I trade that for a quarterstaff?
You have the goat staff, which is a quarterstaff.
Yeah, but the goat staff is negative something to attack, and it's strength based.
It's not negative anything to attack. It's just
Oh.
Yeah.
It's strength based.
It can deal necrotic damage, and it's just a normal quarterstaff. It can summon the rat.
Yep, that's why it's negative. Is because it's strength based. Can I use Dex for a quarterstaff or no?
No.
Unless you're a monk.
Yep. Or I have something else to give you that ability.
But if you ever prepare the Shillelagh spell,
Yep.
You can use your spell modifier.
Mm-hmm.
So Caius would place the notice of the closing the rift on the table in front of the party, and just look at everybody and say, "How do you all feel about closing our first rift?"
well, if we want to increase our standing within the guild, that's certainly one way to go about it.
Fenix gives a wry little smile, and he's like, "That's all I ever wanted to do before all this happened. Close rift."
Question, DM, do we know
That's
what
what?
rifts are, or are they like an in-universe mystery?
So if you look at the handout for rifts, here I'll show it to
Gotcha,
you all.
gotcha.
This is more or less the public understanding of what they are. One or two of you may know a little bit more, like Kaya, since he was part of the army and they were part of helping close them or contain rifts. Dusty, you may know a little bit more with your studies, but so if you have any weird questions, feel free to ask.
Well, because like I'm thinking Dusty, because we know that the Eldritch Abomination being was not from this world. That's how you described it last time when
Mm-hmm.
you found it. Dusty is trying to extrapolate. Maybe rifts would have something to do with that, like it came through a rift or something.
Dusty's free to make his own choice with that fact.
It's like, well, I think this is the best way to go, because Fenix, that thing you met, it didn't seem like it was from this plane of existence, right?
Definitely not.
Well, rifts seem to be portals into other planes of existence, so maybe we can get some more information if we can get some first-hand experience.
I don't think we'll get much more experience, but closing a rift could be good experience for us in general. I'm not against it.
Good experience in general, and also like good. I think we will be well seen by the guild if we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could all die, in which case that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
you know.
I mean, we're all gonna
That's a
die
small-
anyways.
That's just a small detail.
And then Caius would sling the big sword on his shoulder. Nobody's dying on my watch.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm not hoping for it, but if I do die, there's somebody I'm gonna rub it in the face of.
You got someone in the afterlife you're waiting to annoy?
Yeah, my ancestors.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who would I haunt if I died? Never thought about that.
Sounds like you guys are in agreement.
Yeah.
Mm.
To interior.
Well, there's something you need before you go.
We need
Oh,
the
yeah.
narc.
You know what that is?
The narc.
Yeah, we gotta go to the
Narc.
get the narc.
The narc! Woo!
Mhm.
So you guys go to the front desk and turn in the mission. And seeing that you have a steel rank close the rift mission, they kind of like take a second glance at all of you and then just give like a nod as if like visually they just confirm that you guys aren't like iron rank or something like that. And they would pull out a narc. And from what you remember, you guys did rescue a narc whenever you guys went to save Dusty's life from the abandoned mining facet. And for you, those who don't remember, it is a pill-shaped device that has 6 knobs on it, and on each knob is a dial from 1 to 10. Majority of it is made of metal, with some other maybe.
Afraid not again.
Underneath it are 4 legs that kind of. Top of it are a few prongs. Gesture to it. He's like, all right, this one is already set for the tops. I cannot repeat this enough. Do rift with it's as is, and it's not going to work. It looks at each of you.
DM,
Understood.
jostled.
No, they're not.
Well, then that's kind of on them.
Probably take a mental note of what they look like before we.
Yeah, they're like the number configurations like 2277894 or something like that.
Somebody write
The DM did not create an entire catalog of various planes to number calculations, and he is not going to full over.
8675309.
Yeah, exactly. So, and you guys had to sign a piece of paperwork extra with the narc, basically saying if you damage it or lose it, you are liable for repairing it or getting a replacement or whatever. But like looking at it, it seems pretty hardy. Like it would take some effort to damage this thing.
So how does this thing work exactly?
The attendant looks at you. He's like, I have no idea. I didn't make it.
I meant, how do we activate it to close the rig?
You just push this
Yeah, like-
button, and there's like a button like above all the 6 knobs in the middle. It's about like a dollar coin size knob, like eyeball size. It's, you know.
I would know how to use one of these, right?
So you
I would've
specifically
seen
never.
it.
Yeah, you've seen them before, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just place it in the rift and hit this button. Okay.
Place it like underneath or right next to, as close to the rift as you can get it, and push the button. And he says, now, if you don't know, it's not instantaneous. It takes some time. And when you close a rift, the things that came out of the rift are now alerted to it. It's some type of sixth sense. No one has really given too much study into it. He's like, I don't think so anyways. And, you know, you guys had to defend it and stop everything from trying to turn off the narc or destroy it or whatever. These things can take a hit or two. You know, if you drop it, you're fine, more or less. But, you know, if a dragon sits on it, well, it's mushed.
Okay.
And then Caius would like kind of point at the notice. He'd say, and the 4 bottles of holy water.
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me about that, he says. And, like, he'll go in the back and pull out a small wooden box with 4 bottles of holy water in it. Yes. The White House has donated this since undead rifts are no joke. The longer they last, the more dangerous they are. This one's already been out for at least a week. So it's a good thing someone's taking this now.
I'm gonna grab the crate and like kind of bring it over to Gwilrick and see if he has any spaces in that bandolier of his.
The bandolier will not hold that. However, I will pull out some rope and rig up a harness to carry the narc on my back.
Okay.
Alright, I guess I'll hand one bottle of each.
To everyone
I think
else.
we should each take a. Yeah, I feel like we should each take one bottle.
Maybe those of you who are more nimble take them. My throwing arm is not very good when it comes to things that are more precise.
Okay, so the rest of us each have
Okay.
one bottle of holy water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could coat. You could coat your weapon with them if we were to fight undead.
I think
If
it's
we're in
more
the thick
something
of
we need
battle,
to
I'm going to
throw.
be a bit preoccupied.
All right. Honestly, I don't know how holy water works.
Yeah,
How
we
do
just
we-
say it's a throw weapon.
Oh,
Or splash it, yeah. 2d6.
What was the question, Andy?
I was just gonna ask how to effectively use holy water, but that answered my question.
Yeah, you just throw it. Yeah.
Mm.
oh well, your weapon's silvered
Yeah,
anyway.
It's like the oil grenades we made a while ago. Which, now that I think of it, would be quite useful against undeads.
Oh, and you get told where the rift is. There's a map, and they will mark it on your map. But then whenever you get to the actual facet, you'll see it on the map. So it's just gonna be a little circle, nothing crazy.
Okay, does anybody need anything before we leave here? We will be fighting undead.
Hmm.
I have 4 silver balls.
Can we
Hmm.
use anything else?
I'm thinking, I only have 4 silver bolts for my arbalets. Maybe I would need a few more. Or get my main blade silvered, or get a silver dagger if possible.
It
I'll
will
take
take
these.
a while. Yeah,
I mean, maybe they have one silver dagger laying around that I can buy.
that's a possibility.
Yeah.
There's already one. I know a smith who works with silver. I could take you over to her. She made this, and I show my silvered new glaive, and I say
You
she
could
has
potentially
stuff on.
buy silvered bolts. I have a few myself.
Okay. If you don't need them.
I will likely be using fire more. I'll give you 4 silver bolts that I have because Daniel had the rest.
That's 8.
Undead would be. Do I have one?
2 potions. No, that's good.
How much is a shovel?
I believe it's only like a silver or 2.
We have a bunch of shovels, don't we?
Yeah, you guys already have all that
Yeah,
stuff.
we all
Yeah,
have
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys have shovels and like maybe an axe or 2 and maybe a pickaxe. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh well. Got alchemist. Got fire. I got potions of healing.
Yeah. And what about a
Yeah.
silver shovel? So when we bury the dead, they don't rise up.
As long as we destroy the head.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's how that would work.
So, is everybody prepared to go to Intier?
I guess I can't think of anything else I would need.
Well,
I haven't prepared enough spells this entire time. I've been preparing one less than I should have been.
well, I will take Charles over to the smith that I worked with, Nodia, and see if she has any silvered weapons that he can buy off the rack.
So the buff elven woman is at work as always. When you mention arrows, she just looks at you like, I'm a bladesmith, not a fletcher.
Well, I was assuming blades anyway.
Oh yes, because I smash things against an anvil. That makes me I can make anything with metal. Ooh, she says.
I indicate to my glaive and I just say, I know you work with silver.
Yeah,
All right.
but not with arrows. It's a completely different
That
work
was
of
just
art.
one thing on the list. He's also interested in, say, daggers or other potential light weapons. Do you have anything silvered along those lines?
She looks at Charles and is like, "Are you?"
Yes.
All right.
Plus,
Daggers and stuff I can do. Yes.
yeah, that would be nice.
She's like, I got it. Whenever I have only a little bit of silver for smaller blades, I make them into daggers.
Mhm.
And she would like pull out like a box of like, I don't know, like 7 daggers of various different styles and makes. They all look silvered to some extent. She's like, each one in here is the DM needs to double check the price. Hold on 1 second here. She's like, I'll sell you any one in here for 60 silver.
60 silver?
Mm-hmm.
That's 6 gold. And would you have something bigger than a dagger? Because for this price.
Or sorry, 60 gold, not silver.
Yeah,
Sorry.
60 gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's a
would you
big
have
difference.
something bigger, like a short sword or something like this?
She nods, yes. Bigger weapons are my forte. Short swords are still on the smaller side, but she like puts her hands on her hips and like, looks around her shop. She's like, over here. And she walks to one of the, like the racks and she pulls out like 3 short swords from it. She's like, yeah, I got a couple here. It's going to cost you 75 gold for one.
Oh, no, that's... short sword. 75? Yeah, that would be good.
She hands you the short sword.
Okay, yeah, that's a deal. As I just put some coins on the table.
Yep. She sees the coins, hands you the sword, pockets the gold, or puts it in like a little lockbox.
Perfect. Thanks for your time.
She looks at you, Gwilrick. You need anything else that's not arrows?
No, I'm good for today. Just wanted to introduce a friend to your business.
Mm-hmm. Next time,
Yeah,
make sure
it
you
was-
tell them what I actually do here. And she shoos you away.
I
It was a pleasure anyway.
Can I try to purchase something as well during this time?
Yes, what would you like to buy?
I'd like to go to a magic store and see if I can buy a gilded acorn worth 200 gold pieces.
Tracking down a gilded acorn. Okay. Hold on.
I require this for reasons.
Hold on. Give me 1 moment. So any magic store you go to that does not sell directly gilded acorns, and you're directed to jewelry shops instead.
I will check out a jewelry shop.
Yes. It takes you. Give me actually a d20 real quick, please. Flat d20.
Flat d20. 4.
As you look around, you find a store that says they do, but they are sold out. Unfortunately, right now.
Can I keep looking for another store?
Depends how much time you want to waste.
How much time has passed already? Like, are Gwilrick and Charles done at this point?
You would assume so.
Spend like 30 more minutes trying to find something.
And within that 30 minutes, you would find places that could sell them, but either they just don't or are sold out right now. It's not. You get told it's not a very common request for a gilded acorn, and it's a very, unique piece of art. So, yeah.
Could I place an order for one?
You can.
Awesome. I will do so. I
It
assume I
will
will just
cost you 230 gold
Why 30 more?
because you're requesting it.
Fine. Can we convert one of these platinum to gold? That would leave me with 3 gold to my name. Alright, I'll place an order for one of those. I'm fucking poor again.
Alrighty. They say it'll take them a couple days.
Excellent. Well, I'm going on a mission for the Adventuring Guild. I'll pick it up when I get back.
Fair enough. See you then.
Okay. Sad that I couldn't find one. Sad.
Blame the dice gods. All right, is everyone ready to head to Intia?
I guess so.
Can't think of anything else we can do.
Wonderful. You all head across the convergence toward the pillar and its constant flow of traffic. You guys approach the portals and the portal tenders. You tell him you want to go to Intir and he configures the teleportation array and off you go to Intir.
New map, new map, new map.
As you exit through, a wave of cold air washes over you all. As you see a winter wonderland.
This is lovely. Fenix says, completely unbothered by the cold.
That's different. It's like black snow, but white.
Fenix tries to make a snowball, but it like melts in his hands as he's trying.
Doesn't sting, but this one it's.
The rift is right here, by the way. Right here.
Is it currently
Little black
snowing?
circle. It would. Hold on one second. Actually, yes. It is currently a blowing snow, not a blizzard, but it's like heavy snowfall around you all, with strong winds.
Are there any embassies for like houses or guilds here, like in the Pillar
It's
City?
hard to see due to how thick the snow is right here. It's pretty thick, with all the snow coming down. So I would need a perception check.
Do we need warmer clothes?
Probably you would think so. Yes, it is cold.
For flavor, Fenix doesn't feel the cold, but he might still need something.
Right now, actually, they would because of how powerful the snowstorm right is now. Charles, the thick snow, your hat protects you only somewhat. Yeah, and it just builds up and it's just pulling it down over your eyes. Kaya, so you can make out between some snow flurries, a few signs are lit up with magic and not too far away.
Let's get some information about what awaits us here in this rift or in this facet, but also grab us some clothes.
Yes,
And
that would probably be wise.
Yeah, and I'd
How
head
am I
towards
doing in this
the
cold?
sign.
I think unless
Yeah.
you have resistance to cold damage, you're cold.
Yes.
But he just grabbed his winter uniform from college.
Yeah, I mean, I don't take I'm just curious because, thick skin and all that. But if you say I'm cold here, I'm cold here.
Okay, we walk towards the lit up signs.
Right. You head on over there. Which building do you go into first?
What are the different signs now that we're close enough to make them out?
There's a small building for each of the 6 houses and a couple unmanned tents for the guilds.
I'd head to the Myron Guard tent to see if they have any armor with fur, like anything I can place over my armor.
It is unmanned, like I said. All the
Oh, unmanned.
yeah, like I said,
Okay,
it is
well
a
then-
snowy blizzard right now.
Okay, then I go into the red house to see if the same thing, if they have anything I can put over my armor, but also to ask for some information on the rift.
So you walk into the store, or not the store, the red house building, which is just like a representative area for this beset. And as you walk in, it's like completely different from the cold, bitter, or cold, sharp, wintry air blizzard. And you walk in, it's just quiet, warm. It's like a snow lodge type environment. It's completely different. And when you walk in, you can see there's a lot of people inside, which makes sense because there's a blizzard outside happening, or not really a blizzard, a snowstorm happening outside right now. At the representation desk is a pale-looking elf with some very silvery-looking hair.
Hello, sir. I'm here to close the rift on this facet. I was just hoping I could get some information and perhaps some warmer clothes, something I can put over my armor.
Came here unprepared. Many people do. Makes sense. If you want items, you should go check out Spruce Goose Wares. They're the hot spot for winter clothes for people who come here unprepared. Information, yes, the rift that came through across all our desks a few days ago. What about it?
It says here that there are undead and it's been open for about a week. Can you be more specific of the kind of undead we may encounter?
He would shrug. He's like, nothing has come across my desk about that stuff, other than it exists.
Interesting. I would just assume the Red House would have an interest in closing rifts.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I mean, all houses do. Everyone does. But like I said, across my desk and from my no. You should probably ask the guard. They're the one who's patrol the roads.
Guards. Well, then I'll take that lead. And thank you for the information. I'll just turn and walk away.
A shrugful wave.
Step outside, and would I be able to see this store?
No, like I said, you step back outside, all your friends are cold, shaking in the wintry air.
Well, he said, the attendant said that there's a store here that sells warmer clothes. And, I would tell them the name, which I didn't.
Spruce Goose.
Spruce Goose Wares.
Spruce Goose Wares.
All right, let's check it out then.
I guess we will wait to see if there's any patrol guards walking around.
Give me perception checks if you're looking for the Spruce Goose Wares.
All right. Spruce Goose.
Can we all do this?
Yes, everyone can.
Let's go.
It's very cold. The winter air biting through all your skin and such. And you're all like narrowing your eyes and like trying to cover them, you know. Charles, your hat just wants to fly into the wind away from you. You're just like having to use both hands to hold it down. Chris, are you going to make a roll?
Oh, sorry. We're looking for the Spruce Goose?
Yes.
Hey!
Wilrick, you know, this is again a new environment for you that you've never encountered before. The snow biting into you. It does remind you of black snow, but it doesn't smell bad. It's just cold and sharp here instead of warm and dusty.
Yeah, it's kind of the antithesis because also this is the first time I'm having cold-related congestion.
Yep. But Dusty, I should also mention, inside of you, the goblin is absolutely verbally bitching about how cold it is inside of you.
Do you want me to get a scarf?
It's fucking cold. What are you doing here? Go back.
It's like, hey,
Dumb
Phoenix.
idiot.
Phoenix, can you make your fire a bit warmer? Is that possible?
No.
Not without burning you.
Do it. Get burned. So long as I'm warm, I don't care.
We'll get some peppers on the way back, okay?
Peppers? What the fuck are peppers?
They're spicy.
I said warm, not spicy. But as you are arguing with your goblin inside spirit, you and Phoenix both would spot the Spruce Goose Wares sign as the winter storm kind of like dies down for a minute and the snow isn't as flurious, so you can kind of see through the haze the shape of a duck that is brown looking, and you're pretty sure that's it.
I think we found it.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. Let's go in and get us some. Let's get some warm clothes.
Phoenix will head in immediately, guiding the others to where it is.
Like all of you walk into a warm environment. Not as nice as the Red House was, Kevin, but it's definitely better than being outside in the snowstorm. As you walk in, the bell dings, and you can see there's a handful of people inside the store right now. It kind of reminds you of the pawn shop you guys all went to, but a little bit more organized. There's just a lot of random clothes mostly here. And you hear a voice from the back like, "Oh, hello, welcome to my store."
Hello.
Hello.
No.
We're from the Adventuring Guild. We're here to assist with the rift on this facade. We were looking to get some warmer clothes.
Yeah. Sitting back at the what's it called? The counter would be a werebear. A polar bear specifically. Yeah. Like it looks like mostly like a polar bear. As Gwilrick is an elephant, this man is a polar bear.
That's cool.
They're bear beast folk, or this is just a werebear?
Bear beast folks, what I meant to say, sorry.
Okay, I now have a more solid idea of a backup character I want to do.
I'm going to bring the fox folk if Phoenix dies. I'm just saying.
All right, everyone,
this
keep your furry
campaign-
personas into yourselves. All right.
I was gonna ask
Persona. You will see.
I know. I'm just making a joke. You're fine. So yeah, you guys are free to look around for things. Does someone have a question for him?
Is there
for winter clothes.
He gestures around. He's like, "It's what I sell best here."
Yeah.
is there like a fur cloak I can put over this armor?
You would see there's just racks of like cloaks, snowshoes, leggings, sweaters, hats, scarves, gloves, just lots of all these things. And like I said, there's already people inside who are not dressed for winter shopping right now as you speak.
We'll look for a long coat.
Yeah. Charles will ask for a snowproof hat.
I will ask for a heavy cloak that's definitely built for my stature.
I'll get the same cloak as Gwilrick.
Charles in it too. Charles in
I
it
don't
too.
think you want the same cloak as me.
It's just gonna be like massive.
All right. So just as a general number, just to get enough clothing, whether it be cloaks, hats, scarves, etc., it's going to cost each of you approximately 10 gold.
Shall we use the party fund for this?
No,
we
it's
can
gonna be party fun.
pay for our own, and I will pay a platinum.
Yeah, whatever you guys decide to deck yourselves out in, cloaks, fur lining for armors, leggings, scarves, whatever it is.
I'm paying in silver.
In my mind, I just see Glower buying a single legging for his trunk.
I get a leg warmer for it.
Yeah, like that just came to my mind just now.
That's awesome.
I get a leg warmer for it. That's just that's what I'm imagining now.
Like you have to buy both, but you only put one on.
Hey, I got a spare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Will Growwork wear like a fur coat?
No, I've
Me
just
too.
gotten like
No.
a heavy fur cloak that I'm putting over the robes I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Will
I'd like to imagine it like mammoth skin.
Mm.
I am picturing a fur cloak that definitely has, like, if you saw him at a distance and it were dark, you might think he's more mammoth.
Yeah.
So Gork, surprisingly, they do have things your size, more than you would expect, but definitely less than everyone else's stuff.
I mean, I'm guessing given the proprietor, that shouldn't be too surprising.
Yeah, it is definitely probably a surprise or like a welcome surprise to you. So, like you have choices.
Phoenix is definitely getting a fancy long coat.
Oh yeah, Charles will spend much more to have the one that looks the fanciest in the store.
Does Teal just get a
Yes,
scarf?
yes. Yeah, like I said, it's going to cost about 10 gold pieces to get enough gear. Like, because you're going to need more than just a scarf. You're going to need like a coat. You're going to need some long socks, maybe a jacket, things like that.
I already removed 20. Just pay double, just get to the most.
Just make sure you get the fancier stuff. Makes sense.
yeah,
Makes
I
sense.
guess
I-
get the
Does this
fanciest.
include like warmer, like also sleeping, like because I'm sure we like sleep in some kind of.
That is not included. No.
We have bedrolls and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
we can
I
probably
believe
buy
you guys have a
tent.
tent as well, do you not?
I think so.
I don't
I'm not sure.
think
Chris, when you guys
but
had
we
a
can
tent.
we can buy one here.
But the Spruce Goose does sell winter travel gear like tents and bedrolls and such as well.
Okay. We should
What
probably
do you
grab
guys
some of that too.
want specifically? Because those are individually priced.
Is there a tent that could fit 4 people while one's on
4
watch?
people? A 4-person tent is very large. They
I was just thinking it would be cheaper than buying individual 1-person tents.
If
Right.
we want to go cheaper, maybe I could look for materials for making a yurt, because that's something my people do. I would just have to use something that's a bit thicker.
So in the store for winter tents, like tents that can withstand the cold, those can fit up to 2 people, and those sell for 5 gold each.
Why don't we use the party fund and buy 2 tents then? And then we can use them for
Yes.
everywhere.
You think they would work well, except for maybe the desert, because it's meant to keep heat in. So maybe the
I
jungle as
mean,
well. Would...
deserts
I mean,
get cold at
nights in the
night.
desert are cold, so.
True. Yeah, they do get cold at night. So maybe the jungle probably the worst place then.
Well, we don't have to worry about the jungle right now, so.
Yeah, I hope.
But if you guys are to dock 10 gold from the party funds, please do so.
Done.
You can put in the party fund 2 winter tents, just written in
Yeah.
there, and then we'll keep them in like the bag of holding when we're not using them.
Mm-hmm. Who does carry the bag of holding typically?
Me!
Phoenix.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, the crazy
What-
alchemist who needs all the ingredients.
And eat
Gotcha.
things.
And we still have all these gemstones and precious statues in the
You guys have never
party loot
sold.
that we never sold.
Yeah. Cool. Are you guys going to look for anything else? You guys ready to head out to the rift? Which
What
keep in
time
mind,
of day is it?
it is. Well, it's hard to tell with the snow and everything. So
Somebody.
Yeah,
In the
I think,
store?
I think we can ask around in town.
Well, we're in a store. Can I just ask the attendant what time it is?
yeah. He's like, it's just after lunchtime.
Okay, good. Then we'll get a rest in, I think, before we make it there.
So it
whatever
is a
this-
whole day's travel there.
So we'll have to stop part way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
regardless,
that's
you
what I'm
want to
saying.
stop no matter what.
Yeah, whatever this is right here, it looks like there's like a little structure, some kind of landmark. So we
Yeah,
can
like what
stop.
you have here is the public map. Like you guys will be able to find this relatively easy.
Okay. All right, so we just take this road and then veer off the road.
I think maybe we should ask in town before, like, see the other houses and guilds if they know, like, what's in this region.
So much time
in my
doing
house.
Like maybe like places like where to go, places to avoid, where like there could be like traps, avalanches, you know.
We do
Well,
this
the
every
attendant-
single time, and we always end up so fruitless and wasting a day.
Yeah, the attendant in my house just said to ask the guard if anything, because they patrol the area. So we could probably just ask a passing guard if we see
I
one.
say we just head out.
Yeah. I would still like to ask her in the Black House because.
Well, you guys are all winter geared up, so and when you go back outside, it's more tolerable. It's still windy, it's still snowstormy, but it's not as bad to walk outside.
I'd rather not waste too much time, so if you're going to talk to the Black House, I suppose you should do it quickly.
Oh yeah, just do it very fast.
How about we just get a bullet
Like,
list of what we can expect out there from the guards, and then make our way. This is kind of.
Oh, you can ask this to the guards while I ask in the Black House, and then we can go.
All right, but how about we be ready to leave within the hour?
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't spend more time than what KS did.
I'd say 10
Yeah.
minutes tops,
Yes.
and we're good to go.
Right.
We'll compromise 30.
All right. In that case, I'll go to the greenhouse and ask about any natural concerns or things we should be worried about.
Yeah, it's cold.
Okay.
It's what they will tell you.
The natural concern is fucking cold.
It's cold. Nothing grows.
So we'll start with the group talking to the guards, which I'm assuming is Caius, Caius, Dusty, and Gwilrick, right? Alrighty. Tracking down guards is a little difficult, but because even though it is a blizzard outside, there's still people patrolling. When you try talking to them, they just like look at you like you're idiots because it's hard to hear with the blowing winds, and they just point to you down the road.
Like towards the rift, or
No. Like just point you in a direction that you can't see anything because of how thick the snow is. They just point you in a direction when you're trying to ask them questions.
it will.
As if they're
Wow.
telling you to go somewhere else to ask the questions.
We'll head there,
Okay.
wherever they're pointing.
So about like a 5-10 minute trudge through the snowy snowstorm, you would see what seems to be the guardhouse.
We'll enter the guardhouse then.
Like the previous two buildings you went into, it is warm and nice and quiet because it's not a snowstorm inside the building. There are a lot of guard inside you see walking around, all still mostly bundled up. And there is the secretary who seems to be a half elf right there.
Out of character, I believe that the snowstorm is probably because of the rift. Because the rift like causes severe storms and things like that. So, in character, I'd probably walk over to the attendant, and say, "This snowstorm seems unnatural."
They look at you as like, it's not too unnatural. We get storms every now and then here. It happens. It's just bad luck. Oh, what
due to the
can I help
rift?
you three out with? The rift. It's like rift is too far away to mess with us like that.
Dang, this is just severe storm then.
You're welcome to N-tier.
Well, what can you tell us of the undead? The
Rift, yes. You're gonna have to go talk to the corporal if you want any information. He like nods towards Gwilrick's dangling adventuring thing symbol. He's like, "You're gonna go talk to the corporal. Let me go see if he's got some free time." Secretary would get up, walk up a set of stairs. He's gone for about no more than 10 minutes. And and he comes down. And he's like, Corporal has a few minutes he can spare to talk with you all. Get on up.
Okay, so we follow him up.
Yep. You would follow up the stairs into an office where you would see a female elf. Looking kind of similar to the Red House one you talked to, Caius, but not similar enough to like you think they're family, just the same kind of elf, basically. And the corporal is female, and she will look at you with 3. She's like, "Are you the ones taking care of the rift?"
We're among them, yes.
Outstanding. Good to hear it. You're here to ask some questions about the place, right?
Indeed. We mainly just want information of what kind of undead we can expect and other things to be on the lookout for.
Right. She would open a drawer up, pull out a file, and look at it. Put on a pair of reading glasses. She says, "Okay, so you can expect from what our patrol who was walking near the area saw skeletons. Doesn't look too deadly with the skeletons, but no one got close enough to the rift itself to see what guards it specifically. And that was, the last report was 3 days ago. So, as typical, you venturers close the rift and us guardsmen clean up the mess. So, skeletons, she says, just more and more skeletons. Maybe there is one report of a flying skull of some sort, so you may have to deal with something like that as well.
Flying skull of some sort.
Yeah, she said it was small, maybe, child-sized or halfling-sized or gnome-sized skull. They said it was hard to see because it was so dark.
With my knowledge, religion, and given the type of order I'm from, do I have any notion of what that might be?
Undead are not common to your facet due to the nature of how you handle your deceased bodies.
But I feel like there'd be a certain amount of teaching about undead because they would be considered kind of profane among my people.
You would just know the culture of undead. You wouldn't know specific types. Well, you would know there's skeletons and zombies and such, but you wouldn't know the difference between like a flying skull or anything like that. That's a little too specific.
Okay.
So.
Thank you for the information.
Corporate Nods, thank you for closing the rift. Hopefully you guys are able to take care of that within the next day or so. Every day a rift is open, the more the effects, the shit that comes out of it spreads. So.
We'll do everything we can.
Yep. You guys have any more questions for us? Alrighty. The way there is pretty calm. The area it's in, there's nothing dangerous. It's not near the mountains, so you guys should be mostly safe from anything other than undead and wild animals.
All right.
We'll go off to Charles, Black House. You find your representative house structure. And what do you like to do? You want to talk to secretary? Something else you want to do there?
I would go to the secretary and say, hello, just showing his pin. I was sent to this facet on behalf of the Adventurers Guild, nothing too important. I would like to know if there is anything I should be concerned about the rift there is on this facet, and if there is anything I can do on this freezing head hole to possibly help the house.
And she's like, you want to go talk to one of our scouts over there, and she would like point down a hallway. I think no, he wouldn't be there. He's out this week. She thinks about it. Oh, I know you can go talk to. You can go talk to Mrs. Bree. She's one of our scouts who I'm pretty sure investigated the rift, but you can ask her and know for sure.
All right. We'll go see her then.
Yep. So you go down the hall, and there's a few like common area rooms of people hanging out and such. And you go into the room that you were directed to, and you can see 3 people. You see a dwarf male. You see a Aarakocra that seems female. It's hard to tell with the feathers and everything like that. And then you will see another platinum, snowy-looking elf who's also female.
Well, he would advance and say, "Hi, I am looking for Mrs. Bree."
The elf would wave a hand. Oh, that's me.
Yes,
And she
hello.
like looks you up and down, and she's like, "What can I help you with?"
Well, hello. I would just come closer, just make sure like my badge is visible.
Right. You see her. She's
so
like,
yeah.
she looks like she's like rank 2, just like a rank above you.
Hello. I was told by at the entrance that you may have some informations concerning the rift on this facet.
The undead skeletons. Yes.
Skeletons. Okay.
Looked at all of it and stuff. What kind of questions do you have? I take it you're one of the people set off to close it.
Yes, that's correct. Well, you say that skeleton. That's already one information I didn't have. Thank you for it. That's more like what should we expect going there? What should we expect when we arrive to the rift? Like if it's how can I say it? A more natural rift, or if like these skeletons are being reanimated by a necromancer or something?
She would think about. She's like, I don't think anyone thought about that yet. Usually people hear about Rift and they immediately send us adventurers to go close it. They don't really think about that sort of thing. So, she like taps her chin a little bit with a finger. She's like, there's no graveyards there or anything like that, unless, it's an unknown graveyard.
Yeah, unless it comes from the other side, yes.
So I think you should be fine on that.
All right, and now you will just maybe sit closer to her and say, and would it be something I could do on this facade for the house?
Do something for me, you ask?
If you insist.
She looks at you, she's like, well, there's a lot of things I could use in helping out, but nothing a fancy-looking man like yourself can't help me with, sadly. But I won't forget a hat like that. So if I see you around, I may, if I need something, I'll look you up.
Oh, this little finger, that's nothing too much. But I'm sure, if there is something I can do,
She's like, well, I think you know what you want to help me out with. Is that right?
Possibly. It all depends what you offer me.
I'm pretty sure I just gave you free information, did I not?
Yes, that.
Shouldn't it be you asking to pay me back?
Would it be really free information? If something bad came to happen to this facet, if the rift was never closed?
Are you
we could consider this as a repayment,
Repayment? Are you saying that you couldn't find information from anywhere else, yet you came to me?
No, you're the first one I asked. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm so privileged that you thought of me first. Her 2 other friends kind of like chuckle a little bit at y'all's 2 antics. And she's like, I'm sure I'll find a way for a cute little hat man like yourself to pay me back.
So much sexual tension.
All right. Nose ended.
Oh, what was your name, by the way? Unless you just want to be called Fancy Hat Man.
No, just my friends calls me Charles.
Charles. All right, Charles. Don't die.
I will try. I can't promise anything. Well, I'll see you on the conventions, if anything, in the house. Just bows and leave.
And out the door you go. Andy with Phoenix in the greenhouse. A terrible place for a greenhouse. Well, actually, it'd be a great place for a greenhouse, actually, in the snowy area.
Phoenix is going to head into the greenhouse and see if he can find information about any wildlife or things they should be concerned about.
This chapter is known as the Evergreen House.
Writes that down. So as you ask about wildlife, you find a pretty generic piece of information, which is bears, owls, snow wolves, hares, typical snowy, like wildlife in Canada, things like that.
I live in Canada.
You're like, I know this. This is what I do best.
Moose.
So
wait, this fast is Canada?
I mean, the environment's based off of it, yeah. You get told, so long as you don't go toward the mountains, you won't encounter anything too deadly, except for like maybe bears and wolves and snow leopards. So anything east of the Pillar City is considered wildlands. Everything west, including the 4 prongs, are pretty safe, I'd say.
Okay.
That's in terms of wildlife. Is there something else you wanted to know?
Probably not, I don't think. As intrigued as he is to ask about the Sapphire tribe and learn about another Druid tribe, because he always wants to. He knows that time is of the essence, and we're hoping to leave soon, so he'll probably save his curiosity.
For another time? Wonderful. All right, and you all meet up 31 minutes later because someone was flirting with an elf. You all meet up at the gates, I'm assuming. And the the snowstorm is a blowing right now.
All right, let's head out. Rift isn't going to close itself.
Okay.
No.
Since you guys have decided to travel during a snowstorm, your speed is going to be halved, and I'm going to need survival checks from each of you.
Oh, survival.
Natural 1 from the Druid.
Man.
Dice God's not in our favor.
Well, 3 of you successfully passed the DC, so you guys are able to stay on the road for the most part. But it eventually becomes to a point where you guys need to stop, which is only barely half a day's worth of traveling. If that, it's actually more like right here. The snowstorm picks up every now and then, especially once you guys leave the city area and the protection of the buildings and such are gone. And you guys somehow find a little somewhat of what you think is a safe spot to camp up and set up your 2 winter tents. And yeah.
We'll set up watches like usual.
It's going to be difficult to keep watch. It's hard to see anything, let alone hear, because the constant blowing snowstorm and such. Like, you guys can barely see, 50, 60 feet down the road from you guys.
And I imagine even with a leg warmer on my trunk, trying to do anything smell-based is very difficult.
Oh, it's going to be nigh impossible. So, do you guys want to try to keep up a watch still for 2 hours in the cold snowstorm?
Should at least
Probably.
try.
Okay, who's going first?
Wilrick usually goes first, Fennec
Yep.
second, Dusty
Right.
third, the other 2
Gord,
last.
I will need a con save and then a perception check.
Con save. Ooh, nice. And a perception check.
Alrighty, you keep watch through the blizzard, somehow staying warm. The snout's warmer coming in clutch if you're pretty sure. And nothing happens to me. Like I said, you can barely see more than, a few dozen feet away from your camp. Like if you didn't know the road was right next to you, you probably wouldn't even know the road's there for the most part. But 2 hours go by, the skies somehow get darker. You're like pretty sure now it's nighttime, and your visibility is basically zero at this point. Like campfire's out of the question at this point because of how bad the snowstorm is. But your shift is over. You're pretty sure, anyways.
Alrighty. Who goes next again?
Right.
Fennec.
Okay, yeah, I will wake up Phoenix for his shift.
All right, Phoenix, you wake up and step outside your tent. It is, like I said, a blizzard. It is dark. I mean, even with your dark vision, the snowstorm makes it hard to see. So, like Gwillick, I need a con save, then a perception check.
Can I give myself guidance on perception?
No, because it's over 2 hours. So,
Yep.
no.
Con save.
18.
Perception.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You find ways to keep yourself warm. Walking around, pacing, maybe doing some jumping jacks or something. But you're not able to see anything, even with your dark vision. It's like I said, if anything finds you, it's gonna be more of a surprise than you finding it at this point. How bad it is. Who is next?
Dusty. Phoenix will wake him up, and when he wakes him up, he'll just say, Dusty, just so you know, it's pretty cold up there. If you get too cold to keep watch, don't be afraid to just come back into the tent.
Why don't you stay here then? Is it still snowing like a snowstorm?
It's still storming outside, yes.
It is, yes.
Well, we're not going to see anything approaching that. What's the point of going outside anyways? If they come up, we're going to hear them in the snow.
Alright, if you think so.
If you,
Are you going to keep watch from inside the tent?
I'm going to open the the front thing, and I'm going to keep it I'll watch from inside the tent.
Who's keeping watch who's in your tent with you, Dusty?
I would assume Phoenix and Charles?
It's 2 people per tent.
Oh. I would
I guess
You only have 2 tents.
We would be cramming a 3rd person in there, so.
Okay.
Willrick probably has his own with whoever's smallest.
So you
Probably
mean you want
Dusty
to have
then.
Gwilrick and Dusty in the same tent?
Oh God.
No, I'd say we probably put Willrick and either Charles or Caius.
Charles, I think, is smaller than
Charles-
Caius.
Yeah, I would think Charles
Yeah.
is slimmer.
Oh,
so,
so
yeah.
small.
So Caius, Phoenix, and Dusty probably share a tent.
Yeah.
When you open the tent door and keep it open for long, Caius, you would wake up in the middle of your sleep cycle to the cold wind, and Phoenix, you have a hard time falling asleep because the cold door.
Dusty, shut that damn thing. This is impossible to sleep with.
Okay, I'll go outside.
Right, you go outside.
I know you're in the military. What kind of shitty tents did you have that let that much air in?
You said you open up the front door.
I meant what? Okay, but we have different visuals of these tents. I'm thinking almost like a zippered circle tent.
Yes.
What kind of tent
It's
are
a
you
tent
thinking?
with a zipper door type thing, yeah.
Okay. I'm talking about leaving it half open, for the screen, so you can just
You
peek
said-
out of.
You said you're keeping it open. You didn't say half open or a little slit open.
He did say I'm gonna open it a slit.
Did he say slit?
I said slit. I used the
Pretty
word
sure.
slit.
All right. Then never mind then.
Yeah.
Give me just a perception check then.
Yeah.
With disadvantage.
14.
Okay. During your shift, nothing seems to happen, so you're all good, and you stay warm.
Yep.
So it's time to wake up the final person.
Yeah, that'd be Caius, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Charles usually share the last watch.
Caius, you're up, buddy.
Is it still blizzarding outside?
It has somewhat calmed down.
Okay. I would go out and wake Charles for our watch.
It's still cold and pretty windy, but it's not snowstorming anymore.
I would turn to Charles and say, if you'd like, you can keep watch from the tent, and I'll keep watch out here.
Everything the same, right?
All right, you two give me perception checks, please.
Oh.
Yeah, you two don't detect anything at all happening during your shift. And by the time it's over, the snowstorm is pretty much gone at this point, and the sun rises. It's cloudy. It's still a little windy, but it's way much better than it was before.
All right. Wake the rest of the party.
Oh, time to go out, I guess.
Right,
All right.
further down the road.
So what's our plan of action as we approach? I would like to, once we get within range, try casting a spell on you, Gwilric. That will make you harder to hit for undead, so to say.
That might be useful because I'm going to be more than likely throwing myself into the fray against them.
Exactly, and in that case, do we want to have Gwilric set up the narc?
I am the one carrying it, and I'm probably going to be at the forefront of protecting it.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
fight alongside Wilrick. We'll protect, and you protect us.
I'll keep you both alive, and of course, I will make sure that you all have health potions, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
I have a health
Yes,
kit.
indeed.
I have two
Only-
of them.
I have two myself. I'll make some more next time we have the chance.
I
I
have
didn't think of
one.
it before.
I do have one.
All right. Well, I'll keep my two because I need to keep myself alive as well, so that I can keep you alive. And so I will focus on keeping concentration on the spell on Wilric, and otherwise I will mostly be focusing on healing and doing whatever damage I can when I can. Of course, Piro will be invaluable in that case.
Okay. We will likely encounter enemies and a lot more as we get closer to the rift. So I'll be prepared.
Yes.
Should we move in kind of sneakily, or I mean, I don't really sneak. I got this. And then I'd like shake my armor and
I
it
mean,
clings.
this weather's going to obscure us to some extent.
Yes. And well.
When we start to get close enough to see the rift or some undead, I would like to cast a spell on you. I can only hold it for so long, but I want you to be prepared for combat.
Yes.
Indeed.
And Charles would have shared what he learned about there being skeletons. So I would say it's probably not, they're probably not the most perceptive of undead.
All right, let's get on the move then. Let's break camp.
Yeah.
Right?
Alrighty, you all wake up with a plan all set up to go.
And go we do.
Didn't do that.
Are you guys
Then
gonna make
I-
a beeline, or are you guys gonna follow the road and then cut across?
Probably follow the road, considering how tough it is to go through like snow without a cleared path.
Oh, yeah.
We can probably stick to the tree line once we get there, just so we have a clear, like, we don't get lost in the snow fields.
So you guys follow the road, which is the smart choice to make. The road is, well, in the morning, it seems pretty covered. It's kind of hard to tell where the road is. The only way you can tell is because of the shallowness and the snow. But you're, after a little while of traveling, you would see there's some people coming the opposite way of where you guys are going, either from, like, they're coming this way, basically. And they are clearing the path with magic.
Give them a nod as we go by.
Yeah. So, like, you guys are, like, right here-ish, like, about when you're about to leave the road anyways, and that's when you encounter them. It's, like, a team of 5 or 6 doing so, like, you just, like, snow is just magically being lifted in the air and then being thrown to the side. Magical snow piles, basically. And they all give you a wave as well, They seem... Oh, I forgot to mention, all of them are wearing the same exact outfit as well. Some type of uniform, it seems.
The corpses?
No. The people clearing the road.
Okay.
They're all wearing like blues, golds, and whites.
Chris was definitely listening.
So, blues, golds, and whites. But you leave the road and you head toward where you think, or where you were told the rift is. As you guys are about what you think is the halfway point, maybe a little bit closer to the halfway point, you kind of get this weird vibe in the area, which to a few of you seems familiar. Kaya specifically, having encountered a few rifts in your time, you get that like the environment is different type feeling. Like it's quiet, there's no animals. The weather does seem different. It seems actually a little bit warmer here now. And things like that. For Phoenix, you probably encountered one rift, the one where you and your from your backstory. So it may not seem as familiar to you with the signs, but you get like a sense of deja vu. Dusty and Charles, I don't think either of you two have ever encountered a rift in your backstories. So this just gives you some hibby-jibbies. Gwilrick, for you get hibby-jibbies, but where the lightning struck you, that scar is itching a little bit as well.
Oh.
Just very like a light itching, nothing crazy. Like you scratch it and it goes away.
Phoenix actually kind of sidles up a little bit to Caius, because Caius mean protection a little bit here, and he hasn't been near a rift since that day.
Yeah.
We're close.
Dust's just excited about the weird
there's one.
phenomena. This is fascinating.
I haven't been close to one since that day. I forgot how it feels.
Sorry, y'all. My dog is freaking out.
Your dog doesn't like being near the rift either.
Yeah. You know something's up.
Exactly. So yeah, and as you guys get closer and closer to a hill, you can see what moving things on this hill, which you recognize to be skeletons. Hordes of skeletons, to be specific.
Ruh-roh.
Ooh.
Bored.
So
Is this even going to be possible?
Everything is possible.
keep in mind, each token is technically 5 skeletons grouped together, and they look very just bare bones and a really shitty looking sword.
Damn. All right. This is crazy.
All right, I can... If we have any in a line, I can send some fire out at them.
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative for me, everyone.
And
You want to
can I,
Well, initiative rolls.
can I cast protection from good and evil on
Yeah.
Gwilrick?
So you guys aren't where you are on the map physically yet. You guys are like approaching still at this point. I'm just giving you a visual of what you see.
Not one.
When you get a nat 1, you have pie initiative.
You're but one. Can I do that previous to the? Oh, I guess I'll wait till when we get to this spot right here. I'm gonna cast Protection from Good and Evil on Wilrick.
How long does it take to cast?
It's instantaneous, I believe.
Okay, then you should be good. You can allow like a prepared action, like hold spell type thing. Yeah.
Yep. It's instantaneous, just a touch spell.
Like this,
I'm gonna have.
That we got here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All the skeleton hordes are going on the same turn simply because there are a metric ton of them. But
here's the description of Protection from Good and Evil if you need it.
You said you did it on Gwilric, right?
Wilrick.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously picking undead.
Oh, are you now? Okay, that's good enough. Good enough.
Yeah, I know. So every attack that they make on Gwilric has disadvantage.
Nice.
And you cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed. And if you are already possessed, obviously, you have advantage on any saving throws against it, but you're now immune to it.
Gwilric, so magically you're unpossessed by whatever. What I'm kidding. Nagamo leaves your body.
That'd be an interesting interaction. See what happens.
No, it's not possession, so you're fine. God, could you imagine though if that's how it actually works?
Yeah, it's right on Dusty.
Yeah, you just nerf your ally by accident. All right, everyone's initiatives order is in. Oh wait, I just realized it wasn't cleared from last time. Ugh, cringe. All right, all right, let me look here. Gwilric did not roll a 1. Charles, you rolled a 14.
I rolled 1. Yay.
Yes, rolled a 3. Phoenix rolled a 3 point. Dusty. Okay, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, okay, cool, we're good. All right. Descending order. All right. Dusty, you are first as you guys approach this hill area. It winds around with just lots of skeletons just covering it.
How stable do the hills look?
If you want it from up here to up here, it's a sheer cliff, or it's more like a sheer snow side of 20 feet tall.
Are the skeletons like actively moving towards us?
These few right here are, yes. You can't really see the ones on top of them. The ones up on here on top, you can't see from where you are due to angles, but you would know they're up there because, like, you saw them from the distance and such.
Okay. Let's see. Can skeletons even be insulted? I'm just gonna. Are they just skeletons? Or are they wearing like armor from their lives or anything?
No, just skeletons with really shitty looking short swords. Like they're rusted and fractured and yeah.
Let me check something. I will just take a pot shot with my bow.
Okay, you take a pot shot with your bow.
Hey, pot shot.
The first one.
And you want like one of your arrows just immediately just impales itself through one of the skulls of this horde of skeletons and killing one of them in the horde. That's 8 damage. Okay.
And I think I will use my bonus action. What should I use this for?
You can see the health bars for everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure I did that right.
We're so gonna die.
I'm gonna. I'm just gonna go over here and try to get a better view over the cliff. That'll be the end of my turn. I can't think of anything else to do right now.
Charles.
Yeah, so Charles will move next to this skeleton horde.
Yep.
And try to give a quick slash at them with his new silver sword.
Yeah, go for it. That hits.
Was 16.
So you're able to slash and hit 2 of the skeletons, knocking them down in one swing.
Perfect. And move back here.
So,
That would be all.
and Clacking skeletons are skeletoning right now. A horde of skeletons are going to. So this group's gonna. So of this group right here, there's only 2 of them left alive, and they're gonna swing. Both of them are gonna swing at Caius right here. Is it 19 hit you, Caius?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna take 8 piercing damage from the short swords. This group is going to move. They can only move 30 feet. This group can only move 30 feet. The rest are just staying where they are for now. This skeleton is skeletoning Phoenix.
Hmm. 15-foot cone, you say? No, that's a concentration spell. Damn it, I can't do that. Cool. Then I will. I will measure this out. And I will use my action to summon Pyro!
There you go.
Yeah, you knew exactly where I wanted it, so that all of these guys have to make dex saves.
Right, 3 sets of dex saves. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
19
succeeds. Yep.
So the other 2 take 2d6 fire damage.
All right, roll it.
6 fire damage.
Wait. So
I rolled poorly. And I'm going to open Piero's sheet, which takes 5 ever. And as my bonus action...
So you kill 1 skeleton from each of the 2 groups you did hit.
Yeah. As Piero just whoosh, as X just points and calls his name.
Snow melts from where he appears and everything.
He's going to call to Piero, finish him off, buddy! And he is going to fiery teleportation. 15 feet to...
Move him.
He's going to move here to give Caius flanking. And I need the guys that are within 5 feet of where he was to make dex saves.
2 dex saves. It's a fail, right, for both of them?
Fail. Yeah, both fail. So they take 1d6 plus 2. Come on, buddy. Come on, roll 20. You can do this. It's frozen.
3.
Yay! I rolled poorly. 3 more fire damage each.
Oh, it's a DC 12 save.
That's not correct. It's because it puts in Pierrot's stats, but it says against your spell modifier.
Got it. Okay, cool.
So it's supposed to be DC 14.
And in that case, yeah. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is going to be my turn.
Gaius.
All right. I am gonna put Bilicus here because I didn't quite summon him just yet.
Yep.
And I'm actually gonna have him move away from this first horde here.
The skeleton will take an attack of opportunity.
And I shall sentinel that man.
I'm assuming I miss anyways, so go for the sentinel. Use your reaction. That hits and kills. I'm assuming you're not using necrotic damage, right?
No, I'm fire damage.
Yeah.
And then
Just want to make sure, just in case.
Yeah, and then so since I still have my attack action, I'm gonna use that attack action through Bellicus, and he's gonna swipe at this horde here.
That he will.
Critting.
That kills this horde completely. Actually, it's exactly the amount of damage you needed right there.
I just
just cleaves. The greatsword just cleaves through all all 5 skeletons that are still standing there.
Gosh, already have killed 6 skeletons. Let's go.
There's like a few
All
dozen
right.
left.
And then I will move just right here.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to get too far ahead of the party.
All right, Gwilric.
All right. How steep is the incline in front of me?
It is a sheer cliff, basically, of snow. 20 feet up.
We should take out the skeleton before we set the narc up anyways, because otherwise defending it's going to be a bitch.
I just had a fun idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna first pop over to this dismantled horde of skeletons. I'm assuming are they in like a bunch of shrapnel sort of pieces?
Yeah, I mean, the pile of bones scorched with fire and such. One has an arrow sticking through its dead skull.
I will grab a couple of broken femurs,
Okay.
one in each hand. I will rage. Don't feel like doing the trumpeting thing. And I will use those femurs to help me climb up the sheer cliff.
Oh,
That's covered in snow.
Yeah, but snow, if there's a lot of it, it's more dense at the bottom.
Right. Okay.
split the party is bad. Splitting the party is bad.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
All right, raging, so it's an advantage.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask for disadvantage, so make it normal.
Okay.
Yeah, so your sheer weight of you put the femurs in, you go to like jump up and start going, and you just slide immediately down in the snow. You are carrying the narc as well, don't forget.
Yeah, I know. I am well aware of that fact.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that was my action. All right. In that case, I'll run over here. I'm probably going to attract skeletons, but hey, they'll maintain my rage.
Dusty?
It's like, after I see that display from Grillrick, I just go, the hell? For a second. Then I run over, and I look to see if he saw something in the cliff, because I was trying to figure out what the hell he was trying to do. And I'll take a pot. Yeah.
So you don't see anything on the cliff itself, so.
Okay, and then I will take another pot shot over there.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
that
you
board.
hit.
Okay, that should be the. Let's see, how hard did I move?
Like 10 feet, 15 feet.
Yeah, I'll move it further up. Okay.
Charles?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can I move here on this one?
No, you cannot. It's gonna be a little.
Okay, it's a cliff.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
so you just no problem. Just move here
Mhm.
and slash at the horde.
A 13 does hit, yes.
Does it? Perfect. It would be a 21.
And that would finish off the last couple of skeletons in this group right here.
Perfect. Yeah, that would be all for this turn. All that he can. Oh, I could have dashed. Oh, too bad.
From above, a bow shot's going to rain down on you all, and he's going to pick probably. Actually, I'm just going to roll a D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Dusty.
Okay.
Does a 10 hit you?
No.
All right then. He's going to pull back a little bit. Doop. For the skeletons, they're not going to move really. They're all stay where they're at. This skeleton's going to move right here. We're going to roll a 1d5. 1. All right, Dusty again. Hold Hold on 1 second. Let me turn this all up. 21 does hit you, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that'll hit.
All right, 6 piercing, and he's gonna back up.
Ow. Rude.
There's like 2 arrows just come down. You dodge one, and then another one comes around and pings you. Phoenix.
Phoenix is going to. Ooh, that's not what I want. I want the measuring tool. Thank you. I'll move up so I'm closer to the party. I'm assuming I can stand on this pile of bones.
You can.
Hover speed. So Pierrot has a fly speed, but I think it says hover.
It is a hover speed, yes.
Yeah, so he can't climb. He can't get up this. Okay. In that case, Pierrot is going to move his 30 feet. Can he see the skeletons from here?
No, he cannot. No. Like I said, they're 20 feet up, so you gotta be at minimum 20 feet away, if not further, to even see the top of, like, right here. Very well.
Okay. Okay. What spells do I prepare? Do I have anything I want to do? Okay, I'm glad I prepared so many concentration spells, because that was definitely smart of me. I'll use my action to dash and just move forward so that I stay with the party as they move forwards. I'm just gonna duck myself right here, almost being 25 extra feet. Can I hold a bonus action or no?
No.
So I can't hold
Maybe.
it.
What is it? What do you want?
I wanted to hold up if Pierrot sees anyone that he can attack, any skeletons.
Oh, yeah. So that's
Okay.
So that'd be Pyrrha holding an action at that point.
Yeah, he'll command Pierrot. Yeah.
Yep.
My
I'll have that.
bonus action is to command Pierrot. So I'll use my bonus action to command Pierrot to attack any skeletons on site. So he'll hold a flame seed attack on any skeletons that pop up.
Any skeletons?
So that includes the cacklings, clacking, whatever skeletons, just skeletons.
Ooh, got it. All right.
First one that he sees, he'll attack.
Caius.
How high up is this cliff?
20 feet.
Say? 20 feet. Okay. Well,
Only
then
20.
never mind.
It's only 20 feet.
It's 20 feet sheer cliff, yes.
Okay.
Covered in snow.
All right. I guess I'm going to dash. 60 to there. And then with my bonus action, I'm gonna reappear Elicus right here in front of this horde.
You're gonna do what?
Choose my, yeah. I was ooh. Oh, here he is. Right there. All right. And that is my turn.
Outstanding. Wilrick, I think your rage ends. Or is that the end of this turn?
It ends if I don't attack or take damage this turn.
Okay.
Can I get to such an angle that I get a view of this skeleton up there?
Well, you don't know exactly where it is, so you can like try to back up on the edge of this, like, right, you know, if you want to try and see them. If that's something you're going to do.
Moving forward, would I be able to, like?
Maybe, you don't know until you do it. It makes sense because it's going further uphill this way. As you go up higher, the chances of you being able to see them increase.
Farther away I am, the higher I should be able to see.
Yes. Yeah, angles, you know, because
Okay.
It's like
it shortens that
is talking
overall angle.
Is talking a free action?
6 words.
It's like, Gwilrick, don't move.
Too late. Already ran there, and can I see this skeleton?
No, you cannot. No.
Can I see the horde up ahead of me?
You can, yes.
All right then. I will fling a javelin at that horde.
Go for it.
Hey,
That's
doesn't
with
even
disadvantage,
matter.
right? Too far. It's
Yeah, it's disadvantage, but it's an attack.
yeah, so it's 40
That's
feet.
the point.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
And that's a miss, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least my rage is maintained.
Yeah. Dusty.
God damn it. Can't live for 2 seconds. Okay, I'm going to dash. Use a dash action. It's like, Gwilrick, you see that rock? I'm pointing towards the big rock up here.
The one up ahead.
Yeah, just a second. For some reason, I just opened a. How did I get to Chicago landmarks? Okay, it closed. For some reason, my internet closed down and went to Chicago landmarks. Just a second.
You're still here.
Yeah.
Are you talking about that big rock that I'm pointing to?
If I can see it, yeah, just a second. Because, like, for some reason on my screen, roll 20's down.
Ah.
Or I have,
I
like.
think he wants you time using it.
Yeah. I'm going to make you bigger again. Get on that rock and then climb up. I'm going to cast Enlarge on Gwilrick.
Didn't you use the dash action?
That's about. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a main action. My bad. God, I played a rogue too long. Why I was telling you not to move. We'll wait till next turn. Just wait till next time.
Isn't Enlarge Reduce a ranged spell, though? You can do that at a range. You could have not dashed because you moved 35 feet.
I thought it was a touch spell.
"30 feet spell.
I could have sworn that was a touch spell. That's on me.
Hmm.
Okay. They're okay. But yeah, that's the plan for next time, okay?
Right. Charles.
Yeah, so Charles will first dash behind this rock and use the bonus action to hide behind said rock.
Right. Right, is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, give me a stealth check, please. All right, thank you very much. Skeleton here is going to move right here. Piero wants to make their attack roll.
Yeah. Come on. Why is Piero's sheet always so slow? Piero's like ready. He's ready. 20.
Yep. Make it damage.
4 fire damage. As soon as he appears, just boom,
Ping him.
a bunch of fire at him.
Being hit by the fire gives him a good enough choice of who to shoot next. 16 hit Piro, I'm sure.
I believe it does.
All right.
13.
10 piercing damage.
Oh, damn. He's still there.
He's going to
Why is
step
20 so
back.
low?
Horde of skeletons are going to attack Bellicus because he's right there in front of them. That's 14 hit Bellicus.
No, I believe it is 16.
Right. These are going to start moving up. Ready. This cackling skeleton's going to move 25 feet this way. Kind of look. Can only probably see Piro, so we're just going to shoot Piro. Again. 9 misses, and it's going to step back. Yeah, it's right there. All right, Phoenix.
All right. Still can't get up very high here. Phoenix is going to continue moving forward a little bit, also trying to stay somewhat hidden, so he's going to kind of duck behind this rock with Charles a little bit, not actually taking the hide action, but trying to use it a little bit to cover himself.
Right.
And as his action, he is going to hold a scorching ray for when one of these guys appears again.
Mm-hmm.
If one of them doesn't appear before the end of my next turn, he's gonna send it at the horde of skeletons in front of him.
Okay, so who's holding the action again?
Phoenix is.
Gotcha.
And then as my bonus action, I will command Piro to move up. And he'll run up to Caius here. And Piro is also going to hold a attack against the clacking skeletons. And Piro is also going to be under the condition that if one of them doesn't appear before the end of his before our next turn, he's going to release it at the horde of skeletons.
Got it. Okay, cool. Caius.
All right. Where's? Yeah. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm just gonna hit with Pentacost.
Go for it. That's gonna be a miss. Swing and a miss. They all like step back, and Pentacost swings wide and just doesn't hit any of them.
And I'm gonna actually move him because he still has some movement.
Okay.
Right here.
Right, they're going to attack him then if he moves away.
Oh yeah.
So 23 hits him.
Yeah.
He's going to take 7 piercing.
He's fine.
He poofs
All right. Well, luckily I have a bonus action.
You're just going to summon him again right where he was.
Yeah. All right.
Like skeletons don't have emotions, but somehow they look confused. They're like, didn't we just kill you? What's going on? Are you also undead? Gwilric.
All right. So, sorry about the cough.
You're good.
I will.
It's cold, you know. He's a bit of a cough right now. Congested.
I will make my way to this rock up ahead.
Yep.
I'm going to stay at the base of it, though, while I throw another javelin at this horde of skeletons.
Cool. Go for it.
This time they're in close range.
Miss.
Whatever. That'll be it.
Dusty. Dusty.
Sorry, there was someone at the door. Just a second. Okay, so original plan still upholds. Cast Enlarge on Glorek. Question, before I cast Enlarge, can I hop up on his back in case?
That's a question between you and him.
That would probably weigh me down significantly, so no.
Well, I'm
He's
gonna...
got the narc on his back.
Yeah, I was gonna like to hang it on the narc.
That'd be even worse.
You're a full-ass half-elf man.
And I'm about to make him 4 sizes bigger.
Okay, well, Gwilrick wouldn't want you on his back right now.
You're gonna have to carry some of us up. I was gonna get up there and get a rope down to the others while you were fighting him.
No more words. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Casting large?
I cast
All right,
Enlarge.
Casting large. Boop. Everything except for the narc gets bigger. The narc stays the same size, oddly enough.
And then I will...
Hoping the rope harness grows bigger to, not break.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it would adjust a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll use the bonus action for guidance on Glorek so we can actually make the jump this time.
Guidance is not a bonus action.
It is
It's an
for me.
action.
Remember, guidance is from my subclass.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
At least I believe.
Can you send me what that ability is so I can read it? I'm
At least.
so curious.
Wait, I might be mixing it up. Just a second. Let me double check. Because I am mixing it up with Wildcard Rogue. Because they both get guidance. Oh, no, my bad. The thing I'm thinking of is it's a range. I have a range of 60 feet. My bad.
Cool. Then what do you do for bonus action, if anything?
And I will use my bonus action and I'll roll on my table.
Alright, we'll make a roll.
Yay. Oh, damn it. Stop doing that. Get back in the chat log. Ooh, it's the good one. Okay. Okay, I'm going to actually give this to Charles. So Charles, you get Tail of the Traveler. You gain... Okay, so I gotta roll another Bardic Inspiration die, so just a second. Okay. So you get 10 extra hit points, 10 temporary hit points, 10 extra walking speed, and 1 extra AC.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's fast as fuck.
Boy! As long as you have the temp hit points, you have the extra AC and movement.
Okay.
Yeah. And that'll be the end of my turn.
So, can I climb this wall here?
Do you have a way to climb?
I assume you can just grab the rocks and climb it, no?
What? Snow, not rocks.
Do you have
It's covered in
pittance?
snow.
Do I have what?
Pittance?
Those take time to set up that you couldn't do reasonably in combat.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have some, but yeah, it will take some time. You can try to even. Okay, so maybe jumping on this one first. Is this possible?
Yeah, so if you jump on the rock, it's only a 10 feet up at that point.
Okay, so 30 left.
Oh. You're going to have to find a way to bridge that 10-foot cliff gap. of height.
Yes. Can I try to throw my rope at the skull-looking thing here?
That seems to be made of snow or some type of white material. So you could, and even if you throw your rope at it, it's not going to like
not
just
work.
your rope's not big enough to wrap around such a large structure.
Okay. And can I see this skeleton here or not?
No, you cannot. No.
Okay.
It's like just barely out of your like sight. Yeah.
Okay, so he will just go down off the rock from the other side and try to slash at this skeleton horde.
Go for it.
All right.
20 hits.
Yeah, perfect. 21.
Yeah.
And jump back again and
Yeah, you cleave through 5 of them or 4 of them and leave one alive.
Okay. And I don't need to dash with this 10 extra movement. Perfect.
All right. Cackling skeleton. Gonna take a peek. I believe someone has attack opportunities or prepared actions.
Yeah, I have some 3 scorching ray beams and Piro's attack.
All right. Who's going first? I believe you are, right?
Yeah, 3 rays of fire.
Go for it.
Ciao. Ciao. Ciao.
2 hit. 19, 24.
Okay, I'm just rolling Piros because it takes forever to. Oh, there it is. 15.
Oh, you want to roll damage first? See if you kill it. For yours.
Good plan. 8 fire, 7 fire.
16. Nope, you don't kill it.
And then Piro will attack with a 15
18 hits.
for another 8 fire.
Yeah, like 3 beams of fire and a little seed fly up, and the seed and 2 rays hit it, chunking it significantly. It's just glares at you and shoots its little short bow at you.
Me or Piro?
You.
Okay.
15 hit you?
15. Let me check if the 15 hits. I can't remember if my AC is 15 or 16 with this character. 15,
so 3 piercing.
And I'll make a con save.
Yeah.
There we go.
You're good. Horde's a skeleton. This horde's going to step up. And we're going to attack at Gwilrick. So the horde, there's 1 alive, 11 misses. This horde's going to step up. And all 5 of them are going to swing. Does a 15 hit you, Gwilrick?
It just hits me.
Okay, so 15 meets. So
I thought it
7
was
piercing.
16.
Nope, 15.
Oh, damn.
This group's just going to stand right here. This cackling skeleton is going to move 15 feet. Going to peer down. Saw some fire things. I was going to shoot the person that's on fire, so we're going to shoot Phoenix again.
So rude.
Yeah, that's what you get for having a theme. 9 misses anyways, and we're going to step back. It's your turn, Phoenix.
Okay. I have a plan. I'm going to turn to Piro as my bonus action and command, Piro, do the same thing! And I'm going to duck and weave through my allies, because moving through an ally's space is okay.
Yep.
To here. And I'm going to use my racial ability of casting Burning Hands, which will be a 15-foot cone, which I believe will target all 3 of these.
It would, yep.
So I need all
There's
of
a way
them.
you can angle it to where you won't hit Gwilrick, so you're fine.
Yeah. Burning Hands at first level is a racial.
Dex save.
Yeah. The 16 succeeds, so he'll take half.
So the other 2 will take full. 11. So we're going to take 5. So 1 dead skeleton. The others are going to take... And this one's just dead. Firing through a horde of skeletons. Good damage.
That horde that attacked Gwilrick and hit should have had disadvantage because of protection from good and evil.
Well, a little too late on that one, but try to help me remember that.
Yeah.
That's my fault too, but yeah.
Yeah. And then Phoenix is gonna duck and run and take an off attack and be like, okay, that's enough for me.
Yeah, you're gonna take an opportunity attack. 4 of them are alive. 8 misses.
Yay. And Piro obviously is my bonus action, and he is holding his flame seed for the skeleton again.
Yep, Caius.
Alright. I'm gonna move over here.
Mhm.
Bonus action, Bellicus over here.
Yep.
Bellicus is gonna make the attack on the skeleton group here to his right.
Okay.
Oh, and not attacking with advantage? You're flanking. You could have advantage against the other one.
If I might use my other attack for this one. So I wanted to see if I could kill this thing first.
It's up to you, man.
Go for it. 22 hits. Right. You're killing 2 more skeletons. One's still alive.
Yeah, and then I was just gonna see if they'll hit me or Glowwork in this next turn, or if Glowwork kills them. So
Right.
that's
It
it.
is Gwilwork's turn.
Okay, so with my increased size and this rock in front of me,
Mhm.
I'm going to attempt to scale this side.
You would be able to, yes.
Okay, awesome. Do I need to make a check or?
No, just with your. It's a 15-foot cliff with a 5-foot rock, and you're 10 feet tall, or you're like over 10 feet tall, so you would be able to climb up. Now, keep in mind it's a climb feat, so you would lose 10 feet of movement, or sorry, 15 feet of movement.
15 feet. Okay, so that would place me about here.
So you could climb to the top, and that'd be basically all your movement. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And did that provoke an opportunity attack?
It would,
This-
yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
they attack with disadvantage.
Yep. It's a disadvantage. There's 4 of them.
And then I hit them for attacking.
Go for it.
With advantage because you're flanking.
Yes. 13 hit.
13 does hit, yes.
Yeah, 12 damage.
Congrats.
You killed 2 more. There's only 2 left alive in that horde. Dusty. Or no, sorry, it's Gwilwork's turn still. Sorry.
I'm done. I'm not done. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I have a decent line of sight to that skeleton over there, and it's within close range, so I'm going to throw a javelin at it.
17 does hit. 5. Okay, Dusty.
Okay. Hattie is not gonna throw down a rope. Ugh. I will take a pot shot at the very weak horde. I miss.
Yes. Charles.
I think we'll just once again jump, go here, and try to finish the most weakened hold.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hit. Don't roll for damage. You just kill it.
I still roll.
It's like your modifiers alone would have killed this thing.
Yes. So let me remember. It was 10, 15. So. Okay. I think he will start going ahead.
I forgot to mention this. When you climb up to the top, you would see to your character's left at that point this black swirling void of a portal. And you would see the 2 skeletons have been doing pot shots at you, seem to be skeletons with glaives and horns. And, the 5 horde skeleton groups at top. And the skulls seem to be made of snow, by the way. So, yeah, that's what you
The
see.
skulls are what?
Made of snow.
Oh, made of snow. Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, the first cackling skeleton here.
Yep.
Hold on a second here.
Go up to here with his.
Yep. You're good, Charles. Is going to come around the corner and then make his way to you. And since he moved so many feet and you're now within 10 feet of him, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw against fear, which I believe you have an advantage on right now.
You're immune to. You can't be frightened by undead.
Okay, then you're just immune. Cool. Then he's going to charge at you with his glaive. But first, he's going to gore you with his horns, or try to, I should say.
The attacks are at disadvantage.
Yep, hold on. So disadvantage, gore. 18 hits you, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
So, hold on. I did this. Hold on. X paste. It should be a +5 hit. Still would have hit with the +5 because 12 + 5 is 17. Just the damage needs to be. There you go. 1d4. So you're gonna take 6 piercing damage from that.
Okie dokie. Reduced to 3.
I put everything in the wrong box for this attack. Holy shit. All right. And then he's going to attack you with his glaive.
At disadvantage.
16 hits.
It still hits.
Yep.
Yeah.
4 slashing.
I definitely should look into getting armor.
All right. Well, it's the Horde's turn. We're going to start up here next to Charles.
Hello.
And they approach. And they miss. This group's going to move up a little bit. This group is going to move up right here next to Gwilric, and they're going to attack with disadvantage. It's going to even out, so this is going to be normal. Because with all 5 of them attacking, they don't get disadvantage on any attacks. So,
What is the point of putting on protection from good and evil?
just from the Horde itself, I forgot to. Well, actually, I didn't mention it. They would have disadvantage. You're right. So I would re-roll it. Didn't matter. You're gonna take 11, but halves, so it's 10 for you. Yeah.
11 is halved to 5.
Yep. All right. Yes. I know how to speak English. I promise.
I don't.
Hold on 1 second here.
Math is hard.
It's difficult some days. So still Horde. So this Horde's going to just move like right here-ish. This Horde's going to move here-ish. This Horde's going to move here-ish. This Horde's going to move here-ish. This Cackling Skeleton's going to charge up against you. Not going to make you make a save because it doesn't matter. He's going to gore you and then glaive you. Gore hits. Reduces down to 2. And then glaive, which a 14 misses, I believe.
Yes, that misses, finally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wonder how much a set of half-plate costs.
Expensive.
500 gold, if I remember correctly.
I'm actually pretty loaded, so yeah, after this I'm gonna go
damn.
looking into armor.
Right.
I
Phoenix.
spent all my money on an acorn. Phoenix. Phoenix is no longer able to do the strat he was working on thanks to Gwilric. And he's very concerned that Gwilric is just taking on these guys on his own. Seems like a terrible idea. But I can't get up there in any way, shape, or form. So he is going to hope that we can keep pressing forwards. I am going to... Ooh. Ooh.
Don't forget about this little horde right here. I think we got 2 left.
You mean the one in front of us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I'm looking. I got a new cantrip last level up, and I'm just taking a look at it. What does this one do damage-wise? this thing, pretty much. Okay. I'm going to cast Create Bonfire underneath this horde here.
What? What are you doing?
Create Bonfire.
Oh, okay.
My new fancy dancy little cantrip. So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which it fails, and so it takes a d8 of fire damage. So 2 fire damage now, and at the end of its turn, if it doesn't move off that space, which I'm targeting it right here,
Mm-hmm.
the red blob there.
Yeah.
If he ends his turn in that space, he will take another d8.
Okay. Caius, what are you doing? Once that's you're done, Phoenix.
And
right?
then Pierrot is going to... Question. With fiery teleportation, could I theoretically teleport up 15 feet?
You can, yes.
Caius! Gwilrick needs help! Get up on the rock, and Pierrot will teleport you!
Yeah, that was my plan with mine. But yeah, that
Pierrot is
seems
going
my
to run
bonus
up on the rock and hold a fiery teleportation.
Yeah, that works. You better hope whoever gets out of the way, though. Otherwise, there will be no spot within reach.
Yep. I can't see that.
Well, you can see Gloric.
Okay.
He's
I
like
will
on the
yell-
edge.
I will yell out, Gloric, get off the damn edge! And accept some fucking help, you stubborn mule!
What? When have I refused help? God damn it.
And that's going to end my turn. That's my action, my bonus action, and I'm not going to be moving yet.
Caius, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to move Bellicus first away from this horde that's in front of me to over here.
Oh, so
Yeah.
tempting me walking away from this enemy.
Do they attack him?
Oh, yeah, yes, they would.
Right. So we're gonna attack them. Getting them out of the way.
Yep, they're dead.
And then I'm gonna climb up this rock.
Triggering Pierrot's.
I can get in the same space as Pierrot, right?
Pierrot's tiny or small?
He is a great question. Wrong character sheet. I go open mine and read Pierrot's description.
Tiny, yes. Small, no.
I'm going! You gotta give me 2 seconds!
1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi.
Doesn't say here. Let me go to the fucking...
We'll
Ah!
just assume for now not. Oh wait,
I believe
it does
it's
matter,
tiny. I
doesn't
believe
it?
it's tiny.
Hold on, give me like 10 seconds. It's loading on my page.
Yeah, mine's also loading.
It is a small
What?
elemental.
Yes.
So no, you cannot stay in the same space.
You can stand on the space of an ally. You just can't end your turn there.
Yeah, you can like walk through it. So
From on top of this rock, can I see any spaces myself that are like this one right here?
how far away is your sight distance you're looking for?
20 feet.
What is your range that you can summon Bellicus?
15.
15? No, there's not.
Can I teleport to here with Caius?
You with Caius, no, there's no space for him because if he'll teleport there, then fall.
Pierrot can hover, so Pierrot can hover over the edge.
Oh, well, in that case, well, no, you need a grounded area to teleport. I'm pretty sure.
It just says you teleport where you can see within 15 feet.
I'm going to rule it that needs to be ground.
Question: if Gloric was smaller, would they have enough room?
They definitely would, yes.
I'll wait though because the action is held until there's space I can actually do it to because I can't.
Yes.
So Gwilric's turn is next. So
Okay. Would they
Okay,
tell me?
okay, well,
It's Caius' turn. What are you doing, Caius?
yeah, I still have actions.
hold your
Oh,
action.
shit. Can I ready an action for if I teleport up there, I can just swing at the first enemy that's
Yes,
within
you
5
can.
feet?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do
You can
that.
hold an attack action. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm
Caius'
gonna
turn is
hold
over. It is
That's
Gwilric's turn now.
Okay, given that these are all standard-sized skeletons, can I just barrel through them?
Would you barrel through as in like tackle through them? Like you're trying to shove them out of the way?
Running over and or past them. Running over.
It would be a shove attack to push them out of your way, which is a contested athletics check.
Okay, I'm raging, so I have advantage on that.
Yeah, so give me an athletics check, and the skeletons will make one as well.
Okay.
So they are 5 of them, so they get advantage themselves until there's less than 4. It is a tie,
Oh,
so nothing
Reroll?
happens.
Oh, you don't do reroll.
Hold on. It's only if you win. It doesn't matter. So.
Damn it.
You have bonus action, 6 words, and movement.
You can kill the guy in front of you and move forward. Oh, you used your action.
That was my action. God damn it. Can I sidle into here and just press up against this snow skull?
Not with your current size, no.
I just shout out, I can't go forward!
Me and both up there. So
Okay.
I understand in character that the action is held and they're trying to do the teleportation?
You see them
Well-
trying to do something, and you hear Glork saying they can't move, so...
Phoenix literally yelled out to Caius to get on the rock because Puro would teleport him.
And I'm pretty sure someone told Glork to make room as well.
Yeah.
And I just tried.
Then I will
so-
I will end my spell on Grilric to make room for Caius.
Alright, so you would shrink their Glork. Boop.
I've been forgetting to add D4s to the damage from the javelins. Whatever.
And Puro would
Hero can teleport, yeah, with Caius.
And Caius, you'll go right here. Yeah. And you can make your held action on
Yeah,
if you
you
want.
appear, and there are 2 enemies for you to hit. Which one do you pick?
Oh, mother.
Doesn't matter, you miss.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Alright, Gwilric, that's your turn, correct?
It is. Yes, it is.
Alright, Dusty.
Okay. So I'm gonna get up on the rock. Does that require anything, or can I just get up on the rock?
You can just get up on the rock.
Okay. Caius, you're strong, right?
I'd like to think so.
You can't really, yeah, but...
Okay, I think it would take full action to do this. How long would you rule it for me to tie an end of a rope to the end of an arrow for me?
An action?
An action. Okay, so I tie a rope to the end of an arrow, and that'll be my action of the turn. I will then cast guidance on Gloric and say, try to shove him better this time.
That's not a bonus action.
You don't have a
Okay,
bonus
yeah,
action,
that's
remember?
right, goddamn.
You get 60 feet.
6 feet, alright. Okay, I'll use a bonus action inspire him. I will use a normal inspiration die.
There you go.
That's why I'm getting so fucked up, because I keep reading inspiration versus guidance.
How do you inspire Gloric? What do you say?
I didn't see him shove him, did I?
I don't know. What did you say?
Did I see him
You
shove
said-
those guys or not? Or fail to shove them?
You saw him try to do something like that, yeah?
It's like, okay, you may be smaller now, but you're still the biggest one here. Do something.
Right? You feel inspired, Gloric. Charles.
So first, I will try to slash this skeleton hold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and fail for once, and make a small strategic back here.
It's a strategic backstep. I understand.
Yes, that way only one skeleton horde can be in front of him.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
The cackling skeleton here. Sees both a smaller Gwilric as well as new friends. But he's still going to attack Gwilric by using the shove action. So contested athletics between the two of you. He rolled a
Did I
13.
use, I used my reaction for that attack, didn't I?
You did, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And so, yeah, you don't move at all, Gwilric. The hordes are moving in. We're going to start with Charles up here. They're going to move up to you, good sir, and swing at you. 15. Does that hit you, Charles?
You're muted.
16, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 19 now with Dusty Spell.
Oh, right, yeah. So this horde above Gwilric is going to attack Gwilric. 10 misses. This group's just going to move right here. This group's going to move just here. This group's going to move like here. This group's going to move just here. Sure. Nothing else is going to move. This group's going to move here.
Great.
This skeleton here is going to gore and then attack Caius. So we're going to go for the gore attack as always first. A 9 misses, and then the glaive. 7 misses. All right. Phoenix.
I'm gonna do something, and I really pray that you forgive me, Eric. Phoenix is gonna go, Gwilric, watch Piro! Because you're going to be here! Piro is gonna move here, and he's gonna grab Caius, and he's fiery teleporting. And you need to make a dex save too, because you're within 5 feet.
Why aren't you fiery teleporting me? I've got the freaking dart.
Because you can make the athletics checks too, I guess. I don't know.
I would say we did kind of create this defensive little perimeter here where the other hordes can't hit us because of the cackling zombies besides this top one here.
Phoenix is already choosing to teleport, so you're teleporting, you are doing.
Let me read the description of fiery teleportation if I can do more than one. I think it's only
You can.
one.
I think you can do more than one. I'm pretty sure you can do more than one.
Okay, one second. My roll
we can
20
check.
frozen. Roll 20, please. Stop being a dick.
Let's see here. Fiery teleportation. Each willing creature of your choice within 5 feet.
Teleport both of you!
Right.
15. I can go 15 feet, so I will go. Hero will appear here. You will both appear here and here. I'm gonna put the other one here.
No, it's gonna be the closest to where they were originally.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So everything that was within 5 feet of him needs to make a dex
So
save.
2 cackling skeletons. Got it. Dex save. 1,
DC 14.
2. Both fail.
Will fail, so they both take this. Once it loads. Why is Piro's sheet specifically so slow? 8 fire damage. Max fire damage. Piro is just killing that one skeleton.
Yeah. I mean, that one right there, heavily damage, is one that your Scorching Rays and Piro's seeds hit. Yeah.
Good work, Piro! And Phoenix is going to use his action to... He can't get up there. There's no way he's getting up there, so he's going to have to move around this rock, I assume. Dash. And he's going to get... Still the measuring tool. Right here to come support Charles.
Caius, you have been teleported in a different spot.
All right, I'm gonna summon Bilicus on the other side of this horde.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try to clear out some of these people here. So, we're gonna hit the first horde in front of me. Oh wait, with advantage.
With advantage, yeah.
Thank goodness.
That hits, there you go.
Right, awesome. I will unleash my incarnation and attack through Bilicus at the same horde.
That hits and kills.
All right. I'm gonna action surge. And I'm gonna move here. Fabilicus here. As we both attack this cackling skeleton.
Okay.
You probably only need one attack.
24 hits and kills it.
All right, and then I'm gonna unleash an attack without advantage to the one right underneath him.
All right, go for it.
Big damage.
19 hits, yeah.
All right, and that will end my turn.
Cool. Wilrick.
Okay, first I'm going to thrust at this horde with my glaive. I guess swing would be a bit more appropriate, but either way.
Just right over Puro's head.
Yep. I mean, Pyro's tiny, so it's fine.
Mhm. 13 hits.
Awesome.
7.
My rage will be maintained. And then I'm going to start moving towards that rift in increments. You let me know if it feels like I'm getting pulled in or something.
Okay, will do.
Okay, first I'm gonna move 15 feet towards it.
Yep, nothing. You're good.
20,
You're good.
25.
You're good.
Okay, in that case, how close do I have to be with the narc?
They said put as close to it as possible is what they told you. So that 3x3 grid is how big the portal is. So where you're at is about as close as you can get without going through it.
Okay, good. In that case, I'm then going to use my last 5 feet of movement to go there,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll be my turn.
All right. Fantastic. Dusty.
Okay. Well, shit, now I'm alone. Okay. How's
Help us
the...
pick up the stragglers.
What?
Just help us pick off the stragglers.
Okay. And then I'll run up. I'm gonna try something.
Always good to hear.
Just a second.
Hey, if you're not trying, you're not doing.
Exactly.
I'm going to try to viciously mock the horde of skeletons.
Go for it.
You couldn't even get buried? Have some decency!
Ready? I will make a wisdom saving throw with the.
Like, I didn't know that would work in undead.
Man, they're not immune to psychic damage,
Okay, well, that didn't do anything.
but your insults fall flat.
Yeah.
So, Charles.
Aim as usual. Try to. Damn, he's not looking good today.
That's a miss.
Yeah. Just say, or is it going upstairs, Felix? As he sees you approaching.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
You're gonna move.
Oh no, no need to move.
Okay. We're gonna stay right there. Perfect. Oh, the horde. All right, we're gonna start with you, Charles. The horde's gonna take a swing at you. So 15 hit you?
Nope.
Okay.
They can't hit me, I can't hit them. Perfect.
We're gonna move this one up to Pyro here. Pyro's gonna get attacked by the horde.
Rude.
Pyro gets hit and takes 8 piercing.
He's still here.
This bit of horde here is going to attack Caius. 12 misses. This bit of horde is just going to start moving this way toward Wilrick, but does not get close enough. And this one down here can't do anything, so he's going to move 15, 30 feet. He's going to dash. No, he can't really move that way, so we'll move this way. The other skeletons aren't really going to do... Actually, this one would start moving up. See? Cackling Skeleton. We're going to be attacking Bellicus first, because Bellicus is a threat right there next to him. So we're going to gore Bellicus. Bellicus take a 14, misses. Yeah. Glaive Bellicus. Hey. Bellicus proofs away.
He's gone.
Yep. And then the Cackling Skeleton is going to move up to you. I need a Wisdom saving throw gets frightened from you, Caius. And from Piro, because Piro's within 10 feet.
12 save.
Piro's immune to fright. I believe Piro is immune to frightened. Let me double check
12
that.
does not save, so you are frightened, Caius. Piro is immune to... Yes, immune to frightening, so that's fine. So you're frightened. The frightened condition, if you don't know, means you cannot move closer to the source of your fear, and you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source is within line of sight of you. So, Phoenix's turn.
Phoenix will command Piro to do things, but that happens at the end of my turn, and I keep forgetting that, and I do it out of order. Phoenix is going to say, guys, Wilric's going to be in trouble. We really need to get up there.
So we don't know that.
Yeah, I know, he doesn't know. He says Wilric's going to be in trouble. He's just assuming as soon as he gets that narc off, things are going to be...
I like how you're like, Caius will be fine. Wilric's the one's going to be in trouble.
Caius can hold his own. Gwilric gets hit a lot.
He does.
Holding these skeletons here.
I'm going to... Yeah, I'll go up to the hordes of skeletons here, and I'm going to Burning Hands again, using a spell slot this time because Rachel is out. So I need dex saves from both of them.
Yes, we do.
Fail.
It's a damage.
14 fire damage, because I rolled well this time.
Yay.
As he's like, Gwilric's gonna be in trouble, guys! Just whoosh, a whole bunch of fire out. And I will stay where I am. Actually, I will. And then I'm going to command Piro to fiery teleport with Caius again! Yes!
Right, where are you taking him?
Get me out of here. Like he's holding the fire.
Taking him 15 feet. I don't want to have him surrounded by these things. This is
better than here.
And Caius is afraid right now, so...
Yeah.
Like the cackling of bones is just frightening to him.
Sure, I'm going to bring him a little bit... 5, 10, 50. I'm going to bring him out this way so that he's...
Okay. So Caius, go ahead and move yourself right there to the left of Piro.
Left of Piro. Right here?
Yeah, it works.
And all the ones that were in 5 feet need to make dex saves again.
Yep. So just beat those two right there. So give me a second here. Fail and
Both
fail.
fail. The damage is loading. For 4 fire damage. Hell yeah.
There you go.
And that's going to be my turn.
Caius.
So I know I'm not allowed to move towards him or make an attack on him.
No, you can make an attack. You just have disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I just kind of want to. I kind of view this as because I'm afraid of him. I'm like in fear. Kind of put my hands up and like out of reaction get Bellicus to be summoned, like right here, right in front of him.
That works.
And he's gonna make the attack.
Still be with disadvantage.
Yeah, because I know it's my attack, so make this attack on.
That's a miss.
And then I'm gonna unleash. Try to kill.
Okay, go for it.
Let's see. Last one. Let's go.
There we go.
Yes.
Kills.
Let's go. Am I still afraid?
No, the source of your fear is gone, so you're no longer afraid.
It's like seeing a spider and just being like, kill it!
Becca, save me!
Pretty much. And I guess I will stand here in between this horde and the lovable Perot.
Oh,
Seeing these whole object interaction would be for me to hold my glaive under the blade and cut the ropes holding the narc to my back.
I mean,
Set the thing down.
yeah.
Okay. An entire action. What if I didn't act?
Then it's object interaction.
Okay. In that case, I will set it down and then thrust my glaive at this horde.
Yeah, you set it down, weight off of you, you feel a little bit warmer, you can move around a little bit better, and you go to the thrust.
Yep. Okay, so
19 hits. 6. Excellent.
and if they're alive, I shout Nagomo! I should have done that with the other one, but yeah.
He's here. About time. Let's see.
Okay. Okay, can I see one of these big snow skulls from up here?
You can see like the top of one.
Can I shoot my rope arrow into a snow skull?
You can shoot your arrow into the snow skull. Yes.
Okay. Oh, wait, that's an item, not an attack. Would that hit the snow skull? It's a big target.
I would say yeah.
Okay. I'll give it a tug to see if it'll move.
And the rope just falls out. The arrow.
The arrow falls out.
Yeah, just pulls on out.
Darn it, not solid enough. Darn it. So I'll just pull it back to me.
You rope it in?
Yeah, I'll move up. I'll just move up with these guys, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Cool. Charles.
Charles will try to fight. He will go here in shame.
He just talks to the corner. He's like, I'm worthless. I don't deserve the hat.
Just good luck, Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm holding them. I'm holding them. That's already a good enough job. Yeah, that will be all.
Right. The Horde's turn. The Horde is going to attack Phoenix because Phoenix just shot fire out at them. So
Seems
we're going to
homophobic.
do 22 hits Phoenix right there. 7.
Can I make a con save?
Yep.
Woo! Woo! Just
Barely.
scrape by.
All right. We're going to do the ones down here by Caius first. So it's going to be 2 attacks on Caius. That one has 1, 2, 3 alive. Oop. 19 hit you?
Yeah.
Right. You're going to take 6 piercing damage. And then the other one has 4 alive. And 14 misses.
Yep.
Cackling skeletons are dead. We still got the Horde up here by Bulwark. So this guy's going to move here. This guy's going to move here. This guy's going to move here. So you're going to get 2 attacks with advantage, or normal on you. One is full, so we'll do the 5-1 first. Misses, and then we'll do the 4-1 for next. With the crit.
Sure.
15, so it's going right down to 7.
Yep.
Right. These two don't really know what's going on over here, and that one can't do anything. All right, cool. Phoenix.
going to cast Create Bonfire.
All right, deck save. On the closer one, right?
It's gonna be right here. Oh, he saves, so he doesn't take it, but he'll have to make the save again at the end of his next turn if he stays there.
Yeah.
And if anyone walks through that spot, they have to do it again.
Oh, okay, cool. Caius.
No Perot attacks.
Oh yeah, and bonus action, Pierrot will... Can Pierrot move to occupy space with him
No.
and teleport?
Oh, and then teleport, yes.
I will do so, and I'm going to teleport with Caius just over onto the other side of these guys again. Caius can go right there. Just taking him on some trips here and there. I need both those hordes of skeletons to make that
Sightseeing,
safe.
you know? Get like a 360-degree understanding of the battlefield. I'll make 2 deck saves. Both save.
Both succeed, so they do not take damage.
Bonus action. Gonna put Bellicus on this side.
Sure.
Wait. Can I put him like here to get advantage on this
Yeah,
one?
that's better. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, and I'm gonna attack with advantage this time.
Go for it.
And I just imagine this little sequence here, like we're just darting like in between these hordes, like with Perot. So they're just
Like-
slashing.
You teleport, and then Bellicus teleports, and you slash, and then someone teleports and slash, and then it's just like,
Yeah.
oh my god! It reminds me of that scene. You seen Black Clover, Caius?
Yeah.
It's the one where it's Asta, the Mirror Dude, and the
Oh
Scarlet
yeah,
Witch.
and he's just
I
going
know.
through
Yep.
all the yeah.
Yeah, all through the mirrors attacking one of the beast dudes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like what's going through my mind right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was picturing too. All right, awesome. Does 12 kill this horde here?
No, it does not hit. No, it's not kill. It already dealt the damage for him. He was almost
Okay.
max.
So there's 2 left then.
Yep.
All right. Ooh.
Wilrick.
With the object interaction, I will turn on the narc.
Okay, you turn on the narc. As you turn on the narc, the portal visibly shimmers, and you can hear echoes of screeches across the field.
And I will stand astride the narc as I take another swipe at this horde.
Cool. Give me a attack roll.
Okay.
Miss.
Whatever. Oh wait, no, I've got inspiration. You know what? I'm gonna use that. What's the die?
That's a D6.
Dusty?
D6.
D6.
D6? Okay.
An 11 misses.
Okay.
Damn.
It is Dusty's turn.
Okay. Phoenix, can you do that teleporting thing again?
Not unless Pierrot's here.
Get him over here. It's getting desperate. I'm gonna try something stupid. I'm gonna try to start climbing up the mountain.
Give me an athletics check.
10.
You start climbing up. You get like maybe a half foot up, and you slide down in the snow.
Shit. I need some more grip. I'd like a reap and wait. How like blocky is the mountain? Is it just all snow or is there rock?
Snow.
It's all snow?
I said it's covered in snow. It's a snowy hill.
Ah, shit. Need to get up there faster.
Could
Charles,
always disengage and run.
Charles, do you still have your buff?
Yes, I'm still full HP.
Gotcha. I guess it'll be the end of my turn for now.
Alrighty, Charles.
Yeah. You know the drill. I will try finally to hit them.
Yeah, there you go.
Finally.
And that would kill this horde right here in front of you.
Perfect.
After some back and forth, you just
Don't go there!
don't stand there. Don't stand there. There's fire right there.
Like this. Yeah, I will just advance slowly to the second horde.
Yeah. Hey. Right. So it's Horde's turn. This Horde's going to attack Charles.
I couldn't have done Create Bonfire. Create Bonfire is concentration, so we can just ignore that. At least it didn't hit him anyways, so.
Okay, Charles, you're going to get hit with a 6.
Nope.
17 misses.
Yeah.
Since you take 6.
Now I'm base 18 and Justice spell 19.
Right.
Yeah, with
right,
that.
right.
Yeah, with the shield now.
Cool. Then Caius, you're going to get 2 attacks on you. You're going to get a 5, 10. Okay, cool. You're going to get a 3 for. So that misses, and then a 2 for. 21 hits. All right. 5 piercing damage on you, Caius. And Gwulrick, this horde.
But a scratch.
Okay. This horde right here is going to like step down to make room for this horde.
Does it get sucked into the portal?
No, he does not actually. He's like halfway like through the portal, it looks like. So. So we're gonna get a ×5 on you. Which 20 hits.
Is this one of the flanking ones?
No, we disadvantaged. You're right. So we'll roll again. 20 hits. All right.
20 hits.
And then these next two are from the flanking ones. So this is a 3 for. No, a 4 for. 4 for. So be normal. 15 misses, I'm assuming?
No, it hits.
Okay. 8, and then a 5 for again. 8 misses.
That misses,
Right.
yeah.
That's all the hordes. Phoenix.
Okay. How tall is this cliff here beside me?
Between 10 to 15 feet.
Okay, so Piero could technically do it. Okay. Well then, Piero is going to grab Caius and fiery teleportation.
To where?
15 feet, so he's actually bringing him a little bit out of the combat.
Okay. Boop.
Can decide where he wants to go from there. I need both of those skeleton hordes to make dex saves again.
Yes. Boop. Boop.
Both fail. Both will take 3 fire damage.
Nickel and diming them. Nickel and diming them.
You know what? I can't roll for shit on damage, apparently. And then Piero is just going to give a yip and run off 30 feet away from Caius. And he's going to make it to there. And Phoenix, for his action, is going to...
Is that it?
I'm just looking at which of these is... Yeah, okay, I'm gonna produce flame on this horde of skeletons in front of me as Phoenix's action. It's gonna be a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Takes 7 fire damage. And that will end my turn.
Caius.
Would here be flanking
It would
on
be
this
flanking,
horde right
yes.
here? Cool. And then I'm gonna move Bilicus without teleporting him. He's gonna go right here, kind of behind me. We're gonna be back to back here. I'm gonna attack the horde that's been attacking.
Yeah.
Ulrich
22
with
hits.
advantage. Well,
Oh.
damage. And with my bonus action, I'm actually going to second wind.
Smart choice.
D10 plus 4.
Good work.
Okay.
Ooh, let's go! 14!
That's a lot of health.
I'm going to drink a potion with my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Oh, that's rough.
Yep. Yep. Am I now flanking with Caius? This horde here?
You are, yes.
Okay, good. I'm gonna attack that horde, then.
Heal for it. 18 hits. And that finishes them off.
Awesome. That's all I can do.
Standing. Dusty.
Okay. So Piero's down here. Okay. I'm just gonna shoot at the skeletons over there. Try to get these guys out of our way.
10 misses.
Yep. And then I'm gonna move up next to Phoenix. We gotta get up there. They're gonna die.
I bet.
Okay, and I will, I'll roll on my table one more time.
Oh, but doesn't that take away from Charles?
Let me check.
I think it will, yeah.
He's a bonus X. Tell your mind. Nope, since it's already been... Oh, wait. Okay, this is phrased weird. It says I can retain a tail, but it's retained till I use it. But then it doesn't say that I can't, bestow another tail.
Hold on. What called you again? More? Spirits?
Spirits.
Whispers. Oh, spirits.
I'm looking
Hold
at
on.
Tales from Beyond feature.
You can't bestow the tails effect again until you roll it again. You can only retain one of these tails in a mine at a time. So that means you can only have one at a time active.
Yep, one at a time. You're right. Never mind. Then I will just, I guess I'll just leave it. That'll be the end of my turn.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Then Charles.
I will try to quickly finish this horde here. Yeah, which does it, I think.
19 hits, yeah. That'll probably finish it off, honestly, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now let me look. Would there be a way for him to get on top of this?
I think they're trying to teleport behind you.
Yeah, that's gonna take me 3 of my turns to get all 3 of us up there.
Remember, no, it's each creature
No.
within 5 feet.
Okay.
You can get
Charles will
everybody in at once.
tell to Okay, Charles will tell to Phoenix. Okay, get you and Dusty on top of here with Piro. I will go around and get rid of this last horde on the ground and join the guys on the top after.
Be safe.
Yes.
Just Roadrunner style.
Yes, Sonic. Perfect.
Flapping.
And that will be it.
Cool. Horde. Horde's
What'd you
gonna
call me?
attack. Yeah, you know, I didn't stutter, alright? You heard me. I speak the truth. Alright, Bellicus is gonna get attacked. Misses. This group's gonna try to get to Caius, but can't. So Bellicus needs to get attacked again. Oh. 15 hit Bellicus? Probably not. No. Nope. All right, then we just got the two. Oh, ignore that. That's me fucking up a click. Oh, I guess that would count as one. So it's gonna miss Gloric, and then
Disadvantage.
I mean it missed anyway. So
Okay.
the next one misses again with 6. So yeah. Oh, we got the one next to Charles. Oh, yeah, this one up here. 17 hit Charles? No, it does not. All right, and this.
No.
All right, Phoenix, go.
All right, Piero, take Dusty up. That will be my bonus action to command
You don't want
Piero.
both of you to go up?
Oh, I can take both of us up. Right, I
Yeah.
keep forgetting about that. All right, Piero,
It's each
take us
creature.
up.
Yeah, so Piero will come down and then come back up.
And I'll hold a flame seed for the first, not a flame seed, a produce flame for the first skeleton I see, because I don't know if I'll be able to see Gwilric to heal him right away.
Just boop. Boop.
That's my
There you
action,
go.
and then we all appear up here.
Yeah.
And then, which is the first skeleton horde I see?
Probably, honestly, this one down here by Bellicus.
This one here, because it's not hidden
Yeah.
by the skeleton.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna get produce flamed.
Right, hit or attack me. Sorry.
14,
It's a hit. Yeah, hits. That kills.
7 fire. As he just comes up with fire already shooting out immediately.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna. That's gonna be because I can't move after Piro does his thing. So that's gonna be my turn.
Mhm.
I always forget that I can pick more than one creature.
Mhm. You could technically teleport the entire group.
That would have been brilliant if I would have known that.
Mhm. Caius.
Could I move here without? Oh, wait. Without getting sucked in to this rift here?
Not within this area,
This little area here.
this whole
Damn.
area.
All right. Let's see.
That's the danger zone.
I only have 30. It'd be here. Okay. I'm going to
Resummon
move
Bellicus
over
in
here.
places.
Yeah. He's gonna appear there. Actually, can I attack this horde from here?
Yeah, from there. Yes, you can.
Okay. So with advantage.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna do that.
It hits.
18.
Yeah, some big boy damage.
Right. Yeah, that's all. That's all I could do right there.
Gwilric.
Am I flanking with Bellicus?
Yeah.
Alrighty, yeah, then I'm going to attempt to finish off this horde.
Do
Let's
it.
see.
Finish him.
Do it.
Something dark side.
No rage bonus?
It's in there. He rolled a 1 on his weapon attack. So +2 strength, +2 rage. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Oh no.
It was
Yeah.
just enough, though, it looks like.
Yeah,
It was. It
thankfully.
was just enough.
Hey, let's go.
I hit them with the shaft, not the blade, but it was still enough.
Right. Dusty.
Okay, we're up here now. You guys not dead yet? Think that's a yes. Okay. So they got corpses and corpses. What's the range on this? So, I'm just gonna go up here. And let me see if I got this right. 10, 20. So one more, and it should be 15 feet. And I'm gonna cast Aid. I'll give Gwilrick, Caius, and Phoenix all 5 temp HP.
Hey.
Well, actually, it's
Alright.
increasing their hit point maximum, but it's just easier to say temp HP for not screwing up the whole thing.
Right. All right, Charles.
Or PO5, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, so try to get rid of these skeletons in front of him. Fail. I don't know what. Is throwing holy water an action or a bonus action? An action, he says. Okay, nothing. Yeah, that would be it.
It misses, unfortunately. Horde.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with Charles. So hit you with 6 piercing.
Finally, yes.
Yeah. It took him forever to hit you. Come on.
Oh, yes.
And then there's just the final Horde here who's going to hit, or attempt to hit, Gwilrick. Oh yeah, there's that one right there. They'll move there to attack Caius. We're gonna do Gwilrick first with a miss, and then Caius with a miss anyways. Like 18 hit
Oh wait,
Caius?
no. 18 hits me.
Yeah, got it. Cool. 8 piercing then. Phoenix.
Alright, Phoenix is going to run however many feet this is. Like 20? Yeah, 20. It's going to look around and be like, holy shit, you guys have been doing amazing! He's going to Scorching Ray, because he can. And he's going to mostly focus on the one menacing Wilrick over here. Because Wilrick looks a little bit worse. Spell slot. 19, 24, and before I send, can I roll damage before I decide where to send the third one? 6 fire minimum fire for the first one. Or my goodness. Not minimum, but still worse. And I'll send the third flaming spear then, the scorching ray, sorry.
Yeah.
What damage? Well, 7 fire. As he just sends out boom, 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 3 bursts of fire. And he's going to say, all right, Pierrot, that's up to you, buddy. And as his bonus action, he'll command Pierrot, who is going to move 30 feet. Yeah, it's here. And he's going to flame seed this horde of skeletons down here. Ciao, 17.
It hits.
For another 7 fire.
That's exactly what you needed.
Yeah! Let's go, Pierrot.
So like you kill 2 skeletons, and a 3rd skeleton, and a 4th skeleton. The Pierrot comes around and kills the last one of that group.
And he's just gonna like mental high five Pierrot. He's gonna be like, good boy.
Caius.
But that will end my turn.
All right. I'm going to summon Bellicus with my bonus action behind this horde.
Yep.
So I can hit it with advantage.
It hits. It kills.
Just whack.
Yeah. Just oh bam. Wilrick.
We must have I was gonna move.
Okay, then go ahead and move.
Let's see. Yeah. 25, 30. Okay, I'm gonna move my full 30 over here to look for Charles.
You're not quite close enough to see him, but you can kind of see the hordes down below and hear fighting. Wilrick.
I guess we'll try to move 30 within me.
Okay, seeing that there are scattered bones all around me, I'm going to take a quick look at the rift and what's their status?
It's working. Just going still.
All right, then I'm going to hunker down over the arc and just ready in action to thrust my glaive at enemies that get in range.
Alrighty. Dusty.
Okay. I'm going to. Can I get over there? Go over here. Go over. Wait, let me see. I started right here. Let me see something. Okay. I'm gonna go over here with my movement,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to throw a rope down to Charles.
You're not anywhere near the edge, nor would you know Charles is there.
Oh, I thought I saw him go over that way.
You saw him go in that direction, but you don't know specifically where he's at right now.
Okay, I can't see him from this angle.
No.
Okay, I was heading over here. I'm gonna check where he is next turn then.
Yeah. You could like prepare a rope if you want to do
Does
that.
Caius see him?
Caius can hear the sounds of fighting. He can't see them just yet.
Okay.
He can see the skeletons over here, like the tops of their heads. But
Then
yeah.
I will prepare a rope. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Charles.
Yeah. I'll try to get rid of this skeleton all in front of him.
Hit.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, that would be good for this turn.
Charles. Okay, they're gonna attack you back with.
Yeah, just one or the other one is
Miss.
blocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phoenix.
Dodge!
Next is gonna run up 20 feet to Glilric here, and I'm gonna go, "You're doing great," and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him. Because he's looking a little rough over there. Ciao.
He's been worse.
11 healing, let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to use the last bit of my movement to skirt over here. And I will say, Pierrot, protect Charles. And Charles.
At
Pierrot
this point,
is,
your how long? Protect good and evil lasts for 1 minute, right?
pardon?
Protect from good and evil lasts for 1 minute, right?
10 minutes.
Oh, okay, never mind then. But Rourke, your rage should be ending right now, right? Because you didn't attack or get attacked.
End of his next turn.
It will.
Oh, it'll be in the
end
next
my
one. You're right. You're right.
But
You're
it's
right.
going to end either way because the minute's about to expire.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that also matters. Yeah. Caius.
Wait, Pierrot.
Oh, Piro. Sorry, my Piro.
Pierrot is going to run up to the edge here and go down. I assume it's 10 feet, and he'll go up to Charles here.
Yep.
And he'll fiery teleportation.
Charles, do
Hey.
teleportation.
No.
All right. He said no. You're stuck down there.
Actually,
He said no.
he's not willing.
He just said no.
No, come on, I'm doing good.
All
Piro
right.
teleports, and there's no Charles.
He's like,
Charles, I need a dex saving throw from you as Piro's fire still hits you. Because you didn't go with them.
No, I don't accept them.
All right, roll damage, Piro.
What?
no.
Wait, doesn't the zombies also get hit though?
It wasn't within 5 feet. Charles taking
Yeah.
7 fire damage.
Pyro did more damages than the skeletons.
Charles, your temp HP is gone, so you lose that +1 AC and 10 movement speed. So
Oh man,
no.
Charles is hubris.
his pride. Caius, it's your turn now. You
Yeah.
see Piro here with no
if his clothes
Charles.
are burned, you will repay them.
So I will summon Bellicus down here next
Yeah.
to Charles. And help him attack this through Bellicus.
13 hits,
Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
Or 12 still hits, so you're
Yeah, it'd be 12. Okay. I thought
And
I
that
mentioned
kills.
that I couldn't roll.
that horde. It's at the end of your turn.
Yes.
Gwilwick, assuming you're still on guard duty.
Yep. I will continue to ready the action, and my rage subsides.
Yeah. And Dusty.
Okay. So Bellic is down there. I'm going to go to the edge. It's like I'm going to toss a rope down and tell Charles to climb up it. Get up here!
I don't think he wants to come up. He wants to finish off the horde.
Yeah.
We.
Oh yeah, this will save time later.
Charles.
He's coughing. I think Hugo's a little sick.
Yeah, just get rid of. Turn on the narc, and we just get rid of the skeletons down here with Bellicus. Come on.
It's your turn, Charles.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
You're gonna attack.
Give a good
It
slash.
hits.
Yeah.
Wipe out a good chunk of them. The horde is going to get probably just this last attack in. See if he can. Nope.
Nope.
One final attack to bring Charles down. Nay. Phoenix.
Oh, damn it, Charles. I'm going to run up to the edge here, look over, and he's like, oh, at least it's not as bad as I expected, and I will produce
you're
flame.
fucking more than skeletons.
Produce flame on the bitches. 11, I assume, misses.
It does, yes.
As he, as you say that, he, stutters, damn it, Charles! Again, he'll say. And then he'll go, Pierrot, try to finish them off. And Pierrot is going to Flame Seed attack it.
Go for it.
Ka-chow! He rolled 2. And Pierrot just looks disheartened at Charles, saying no.
Caius, can you finish off the last horde of skeletons?
Yeah, Bellicus
Pierrot
is
is too
gonna
heartbroken that Charles denied him.
19 hits and that's it. Yeah. Part of me was like, what if they just keep missing for another 4 rounds? What would happen? Right. The last skeleton's dead. What do you all do?
I'm sorry, Charles.
That's what him saying this.
With the hordes destroyed, I'm still at the ready, watching the rift. If anything comes through it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's co-op.
It's a kill. Is that kill steal? It's kill secured.
Yeah, assist.
yeah.
That's what people always like. League of Legends are like KS. I'm like, yeah, it's a kill secured. Thank you for noticing. Right. What do you guys do? Are you all just gonna move up to the portal or something? What are the rest of you guys doing?
Yeah, I'd
Going
move
to
kind of at a safe distance from the rift and warn everybody else too as well.
I'm gonna stay here and camp to Pepero.
Right. You guys
Pierrot's
are.
giving. He's very happy you're petting him.
Yeah.
You guys are all looking at the portal. You can visibly see something's happening to it from the narc, right? Something's being done to it. You can visibly see the portal warping even more so. As you all look at the portal, it's not true blackness. It's not just solid black void. You can kind of see something on the other side of the portal, some type of movement, something existing on the other side. But you can't tell what it is because it's so dark. And as you guys are standing around the portal for yet another minute or two, at this point, you guys are probably okay, nothing's attacking you guys right now. Seems pretty calm. But that's when something happens with the portal, and you see it you more feel it than you see it with the portal. It's like a pressure in the air, kind of just pulls toward the portal for a moment and then releases as more skeletal figures appear out of it. And this is where we'll pick up next time.
I knew it.
I'm just gonna make a note in roll 20 that I have readied an attack.
Yeah, you guys are ready to attack, yeah. So, went on a little longer than I thought it would, but we will pick up in 2 weeks with a fun combat session again. Great job today. I love the role play. I love the questioning and everything. What's great is this is the last facet that you guys have yet to visit. That's a core facet, basically.
Oh, great. I only have 1 second level spell slot left. How about you, Phoenix?
1 second level, 1 first level.
Okay, I at least have a few first levels. I haven't used any of those yet.
I'm almost full life. It's too bad I lost some HP
To
randomly.
your own arrogance. You mean?
I was doing fine.
Do you still have the bonus, or did you lose all 10 HP?
No, I lost it. I lost more HP to Pyro than to the skeletons.
You did, yeah. Third to 7, skeletons at 4.
Okay.
How am I supposed to know Charles is gonna deny it? did not know that.
It's
I
not your
thought-
fault.
Your
it is.
sentence gave the answer itself.
Then I'm gonna stop recording now.